Oh, all right, here we go. What happened to the volume here in my headset? What is going on? There we go. I let my daughter play on the computer for a little bit, and I'm slowly figuring out she's changing settings. All right, we're going to get started here in a second. I feel like this is a low key for me personally. Personally, it's a real exciting stream because we are finally, let me get rid of this screen. We are finally at a place where I've been talking about us getting to for a while now. We're going to do a real quick wrap up or a recap of just the changes in certain things. Hold on, what am I trying to do? Oh, pop out the chat. Let me put the chat on the screen here. Just some changes, and then... thank you very much, Dorothy, for becoming a member. I really appreciate that. If this is something that you guys think is going to be better to manage, and this goes out to those supporting on Patreon, if this is something you guys think is going to be better and easier to manage because it's built into YouTube and that's the membership, we will squash Patreon and just embrace this fully. That's up to you guys. Definitely let me know if that's better for the channel, because like I said, it's just iffy. All right, so real quick, some of the changes. I am getting this question a lot. We got it last live stream too, which is are we done with The Walking Dead? Are we not going to cover it now? As I'm talking about a lot of the changes, keep in mind we're not going to be completely done with The Walking Dead main show and the Rick Grimes movies at this point in time. As a matter of fact, the new show they're working on, I'm going to give the trailer a chance, and I'm going to give the first episode a chance. The only thing I stopped watching was Fear. Like tonight, I didn't watch the episode. Was there an episode of Fear on tonight? If there was, I didn't watch it. It's not my cup of tea. I gave it a lot of chances, and it's just not written for me. It's just not made for my personal tastes or people who have tastes like mine. I do want to quickly touch on, I'll be honest though, I do not know if we're going to be doing live streams for the Walking Dead main show like we did the past 2 years, and I feel like I gave it one hell of a shot. We did it for 2 years straight, and I'll be honest, stat-wise, before I was doing live streams, stat-wise, we're going through the roof. With every review, there was more and more and more and more people watching. With the live streams, though, it's literally the same 5,000 people watching for the past 2 years. It was almost immediately once we started doing streams every Sunday instead of a Sunday review, like an old-fashioned review. The old-fashioned reviews would steadily increase in viewership and people checking it out. The live streams, I think we started at like 10K people watching early on, and then it dropped down to around 5 to 7. I think it floats around 5 to 7,000 people, and I'm talking when all is said and done, unless it's a crazy episode. But for the most part, I think we're going to cut out the live streams. I think we might do some for the big episodes, and that'll help make the streams give it a little more value, a little more oomph. If the stream, I got to show you guys something funny too, yo. Yo, check this out in a minute. But I ran into it was supposed to be a legit zombie show, but oh my God, it is so bad. I had to laugh. But like I was saying before, I think that'll be the future plans. I'm always open to suggestions, but and we'll dive into comments here in a second. But I think I gave it a hell of a shot. You guys a lot of you were here enjoying it for the 2-year run we had with live streams immediately after the episodes. So right now, I believe when The Walking Dead returns, we'll do a live stream for the first episode, and then we will go back to the old style reviews, and then we will do a live stream for the mid-season finale, and then the mid-season premiere, and then the season finale. Just little big ones, because, I'm going to miss the hell out of doing the streams too. But like I said, I just got to go with the I just got to go with the numbers. The majority, and I'm talking like the huge majority, loves the just a quick review, bing bong boom. And it's funny because I try to make everyone happy and doing the 15-minute first impression review in the beginning of the live streams. And I don't know why this is, but people don't want to watch. They don't want to click on it even when they know the first 15 minutes is my review. And then we get into, like, when I bust out a first impression review, it's going to be the same way I do it on the live stream, except for once in a while I might catch a comment and be like, oh yeah, that scene or that moment or this, that, and the third. What are you guys talking about though? I do want to make sure I don't miss nothing, because I did write down, I'm not done with The Walking Dead. Obviously we are switching things up, but I am curious about you guys, both on the stream tonight and those watching this when the stream goes down. But are you guys done with The Walking Dead? Are you guys going to check out some reviews? Are you guys going to check it out when the whole season airs? Are you going to listen to reviews and see what's going on with it? Because I'm surprised by the amount of people I'm seeing more and more saying, yeah, The Walking Dead, I'm done. Even for season 10, which I thought season 10 was going to be a comeback. Why'd the camera get all fucking blurry? Yeah, I thought season 10 was going to be a comeback. Done with Fear, It's So Ridiculous. Yeah, did you watch? No, I didn't. Oh, yeah, you're talking to Spin, not me. Never cared for Fear. Fear is so bad I stopped last season halfway. I can't stand the writing in the whole show. Fear was awful tonight, but let's do live streams for The Walking Dead. I still watch Fear the Walking Dead. Well, I think I'm going to have to stick firm with it. Like I said, I got to go with the numbers. There's just it's outweighing it. So I figured a good compromise would be, we'll do the 4 episodes that will be live streams, the 4 main ones, the first, the mid finale, the mid premiere, and then the season finale. At least we'll kick it off. I'll double check some of the numbers too, but like I said, and that blew up in my face. I have a Map branded account. I uploaded a video. I forgot to even look it up to see if it posted right, but I uploaded a video just so I can see if I'd be able to find the channel in the search feed. And then I went to archive my live streams to the Map channel. It was going to be a Map live stream only. And you, with a new account, even though it's branded to your account, however that is, whatever that means, even though it's branded to your account, you still need a certain amount of whatchamacallit in order to post videos longer than 15 minutes. So I was like, son of a bitch. So I guess I got to have a few videos up on the channel. I'll look into that. I forget what it is, but I think you need like 100 subscribers. So, and I'll have to get a link and pop it down for you guys to subscribe to it, because we might make that the live stream archive. So when we do a stream on here or any of the channels, we'll take the stream and slap it right over to the stream archive, because that's something a lot of people have been telling me. The streams just murder your channel. And yeah, so yeah. Yeah, I don't know where DD Gaming, he's chilling, doing stuff. I don't know anything other than that, Aaron P. He's probably going to come back for the winter. The worst episode of Fear aired today. Damn. I'm all in for The Walking Dead. I'm not done with The Walking Dead, not even close. Yeah, Aaron P., you're good, brother. You can unsubscribe with no live streams. I mean, it's been fun. I appreciate your support up until now, but peace out, homie. I'll catch you on the flip side. Wait, so is Ronnie done with The Walking Dead? No. I love The Walking Dead, says Tammy. The only reason I'll keep watching is Negan. If he's gone, I'm out. Well, yeah, Eli Malone. Yeah, I appreciate that. And like I said, I want to make this really clear, because everything gets so frustratingly fucked around for whatever reason, I feel like it's pretty easy. You guys know I'm done with Fear the Walking Dead. I've been done for weeks now, right? What else? That's pretty much it. Fear is the only thing I'm completely 100% bouncing back from. The live streams, we're trimming them to only the big episodes. And we're still reviewing the main. We're still reviewing any new Walking Dead stuff that comes out. But like I said, the classic initial reviews. We're even getting back into the Walking Dead comic stuff. We're going to finish up the comic cover videos. And this way, since the Walking Dead comic is done, we'll be able to completely finish those videos, that series, and then move on to a new series. So, no, it's not done with the Walking Dead, but it is highlighting the fact that I have been talking about the new content. We have new content coming, like Speak Your Geek Deeper Into. I have a working title, which is Hollywood Haze right now. I need a title. I don't know what to call it yet, so that's my little working title for when I'm writing the scripts out. And then Neck Deep, which is kind of sort of with the Deeper Intos. That's all the analyzed videos going in deep with it. The Speak Your Geek is going to be a combination of the Let's Talk, but there's 3 versions of that, which would be the classic version is just sitting here like a regular ass YouTuber talking about shit within pop culture. That's what we've been doing for 4 or 5 years on this channel now. But I also want to upgrade that and do 2 more things with it, which is actually have people either in-house or meet up with them and do little interviews, or Skype interviews. And then the third thing, get out there in the real world and actually have one-on-one with fans. And I don't want to put any limitations on it. It's kind of right now, it's open to see, to play around with it, you know? So anywhere you can imagine where there would be people, and I used this example before, the new Joker movie's coming out, go to the theaters when everyone's coming out of the first showing, just like the old news used to do when Star Wars was coming out. Remember the prequels? For some of you who are old enough to remember, they used to play on the news, just some corny ass news reporter who knows dick about Star Wars just asking people, so how was it? It was that huge of an event. So the idea is to go with certain movies, and I think Joker's a great example because it is something that is so unique and different as far as what we've been getting from the DC cinematic universe. And I think with some of the small controversy, even with, I didn't even read up on that because that controversy over the Joker sounds so stupid. I don't know. It's like the all I saw was a title about mediocre white men, and I was just like, come on. It's just a comic book character. Shit. What else we got? I look like a prison inmate. I am. Still watching both, just not live. We are numbers. We are the numbers. I don't know. You should give Power a chance. Not sure what that means. Hated Fear since episode 1, season 1. Biggest mistake in AMC's part. Fear always had something that was a little iffy because it teased a prequel. Well, I shouldn't even say prequel. It teased the outbreak and the downfall of society, and we literally skipped right over that. We saw them peeking into the street from the barbershop, and then they skipped over it in like 9 days. You know what I'm saying? So right from that moment, I was like, this is not good. This is not good. Ronnie, I wish you still live streams for Fear so we can make fun of it together. It's so terrible. It's at a point where it's just not even fun for me. I can't even sit down or bring myself to sit down to watch Fear. It's just, I can't do it. Yeah, Fear, I could see that. Fear's tainting the Walking Dead brand. Yeah, I'm going to check out It Chapter 2. I don't know what Dr. Sleep is, but I'm definitely going to check out It Chapter 2. No, I'm not going to call it Merple Haze. The reason why the Hollywood Haze is The reason why Hollywood Haze is my working title is because it actually ties into the content. The content is essentially taking post-apocalyptic movies and showcasing what they do in movies. Like I already told you guys, I already hinted, the first 3-part of the series, I guess the first 3 videos of that series is going to cover everything that happens to Gas in, like, The Walking Dead, for example. We're going to take scenes and moments, and we'll take the date and the time in consideration, and then we'll break down what it's like in a apocalyptic situation or post-apocalyptic situation, and you're hunting for gas or for a vehicle, how Hollywood shows it and how it is versus how it would be in real life. Now, this is a twofold. For one, I always find it interesting as shit as a viewer of that. But also, on the flip side, it's like a little guide. If we do the work and we put things out there of what, as fans, what they can do that won't break the immersion, how far can they push it, versus if someone wants to go like ultra realistic, what would they do to really ramp up the tension and suspense? And then if it's an independent filmmaker, hell, if it's someone who's in Hollywood even, and they're like, I want to do an ultra, realistic version of the post-apocalypse, they could run across the videos and boom, all the research is right there for certain topics. We've already got the scripts ready for gas in post-apocalyptic times, and this is covering gas in day 1, month 1, year 10, and then car tires. A lot of people don't even think about the car tires, but those bitches will go flat. You know what I'm saying? Same thing for a car battery. The battery, it's not just about the gas. So now when you're thinking about it, it's like, oh shit, in a real post-apocalyptic world, our survivors aren't just going to run up on a vehicle and hop in and, bing, bang, boom, hot wire the bitch and get up out of there. No. And we have hot wiring as one that is outlined but not fully scripted or done, covering. I actually had a car we had to hot wire, and this was a guy, I'm just going to say, a guy who actually got exiled from, I believe it was Lebanon. I forget what happened first, but the shifter broke, and I jammed a screwdriver in there to get the shifter going. So I believe that's how it originally started. And then something happened. There was something where the car, I forget what happened, but there was no keys, or what the fuck was it? Maybe we lost the keys. Now I'm starting to think like my baby mother lost the keys. And then I went down the street to this dude I knew, and he came up telling me he could hot wire the car. And I was like, all right, bet, do it. And he fucking hot wired the car. He showed me how to do it and shit, and I had to hot wire it every time I got into it. Now, I really shouldn't say I had to hot wire it every time I got into it, because it was literally just tapping them together. All the work was done. I believe I had to tap it together to get it going or some shit like that. And it was funny because I had got pulled over by a cop after that once, and I'm hot wiring the car. I got a screwdriver in the steering wheel, and when people steal cars, I'm pretty sure they have to pop it with, well, if they want to resell the car, I don't believe they do it. I was never really into boosting cars, so I don't fucking know. But I believe, if I remember right, you don't want to crack the steering wheel because it's harder to sell it. But anyway, unless you're just going to strip it for parts. I guess that don't matter. But go into hot wiring cars versus newer cars now, older models. How long would it really take? What all goes into that? Just versus some of the scenes and moments where they do. And again, that isn't one we're doing as far as I know right now. But that was one that was brought up as a suggestion. And we did, or I should say I did put together a basic setup outline of it, but nothing extensive yet. I think it's fair and smart doing 4 live streams for the starting points and finale episodes, but 16 streams is it's hard and a lot. Yeah, I really think that's going to work a lot better. I know, listen, here's the truth of the matter is the majority, and I mean the massive majority, just simply wants to hop on. They want to hear your thoughts and opinions. They don't give a fuck about you and your opinions on other shit. And I don't mind that. Like, I don't mind that at all. When you're here to specifically do one thing specific, like, boom, here. It sucks even for me as someone who watches content on YouTube. I don't want someone sitting there bitching about this, that, and the third before they get into something that is a specific video. Save that for the live streams where you have all the time in the world to whatever. Now, there is a good, let's say, 1,000 to 5,000 people that consistently watches the streams. However, it's slow going when you're building up people who are interested in watching the streams for that. You know what I'm saying? So it's been 2 years since we did the live stream after show, and we still have the same numbers in 2 years. The growth is almost non-existent. And even during that, I put out a couple testers where it was the old-fashioned. I keep looking over here because that was the old camera. I keep putting out, or I did put out old testers of older, or how I used to do the reviews, and those videos exploded compared to the live stream one. So, because if it was just like, oh, well, you fell off and your content sucks, all right, fine, fuck it, I'll just keep doing the streams, because that's why no one's watching. My content sucks. You know what I'm saying? So fuck it, you know? But when I put out the testers, they blew up. People were like, they fucking give me that, daddy. You know what I'm saying? Even the subscriptions for people subscribing or maybe resubscribing, they blew up too in the analytics. It's just what the majority wants. And we need that for the channel, because if there's no growth, I can't put anything into the channel. And it's just like, it'll eventually be where one day it's like, you know what, guys, this is one hell of a run, but I'm going here to do this. I'll be back whenever I get the chance, and we'll yada, yada, yada. So I got to do what benefits the channel so we can keep this going. Doctor Sleep is the sequel to Shining. Reading the King book now. It's okay. I don't know about that. Any live streams on the Ronnie Hayes channel? Just what's there. That's such an open question. I don't know what you're talking about. Like any plan streams coming up? Well, yeah. I just moved. I just got set up. Once we're rocking and rolling, I'm going to have a few streams on the Ronnie Hayes channel. What about nuclear reactors and apocalypse? That's going to be something we cover on the Hollywood Hayes series. And the idea is, like, my name's Hayes, so that's in the title, and it fits. But it's also the haze of a combination of ignorance, and you name it. This haze around Hollywood, like they're living in their own little bubble. You know, and they're just like, oh, it don't matter, or they don't do research, or they don't whatever. I had it written down real beautifully what the title meant, but I wasn't even sure if I was going to keep that title, so I didn't learn, I didn't learn what that said to speak it. Ronnie, the fear group is just saving random people and avoiding confrontation with Logan. Yeah, see, I'm done. And what's up with the kids? The kids aren't in it anymore. Wasn't the whole first half about the kids or some shit? I don't know. Joe Cool, will you do a Friday the 13th special for September 13th this month since it lands on Friday? Maybe. I wish, Joe. I wish. If there's a chance I could record it early and post it then, but I'm actually leaving on the 13th to drive up to Pennsylvania. So there's just no way. I'm going up there for a wedding, family member's wedding, and it's going to be I'm going to be gone for 13, 14, 15, 16. So there's just no way. I wish, because that is, wait, do I got this right? Wait, there's another, I believe that isn't that Spin? Isn't that your 5-year anniversary or something for being in the Map Mob? Do you like going to 60 seconds? Not really, it's not my thing. I had to do the screwdriver thing for 7 years because my Regal was stolen while we were at a hospital in Houston, never fixed it. Yeah, I did that screwdriver thing for a hot minute. Am I done moving? Wait, I didn't even realize The Walking Dead started next Sunday. Well, The Walking Dead doesn't start next Sunday. I don't know what you're talking about, John. Are you done moving? Yeah, I'm done moving. I'm actually in the middle of remodeling the bathroom. That's one of the last major things I need to do before we're... before I can unpack completely. No more Doomsday Kingdom fan community live streams. All right, I'm Aaron P. I thought you were unsubscribing, brother. I don't know what the fuck you're saying, bro. You have like the most general. It's like, hey Ronnie, pizza tastes good, yo, and it's like, was that a fucking question? I don't know. What are you saying? I didn't know The Walking Dead's like, no more Doomsday Kingdom fan community live streams, question mark. Bro, it's a comic I'm self-publishing. It's my passion project for my lifetime. Why would you even ask if I'm going to stop doing live streams talking about Doomsday Kingdom? First off, we don't do that many to begin with. They're rare. It's like once every 3 or 6 months. But why would you ask that? I mean, that's one of my all-time biggest projects I'm working on right now. It's the very first like official map project that we ever, and it's successful and it's on fire, and we're gonna be promoting our first volume 1, and you come out with some shit like that. Aaron, I don't understand you. I don't understand you, kid. I tell you what, you fry my brain. I didn't know The Walking Dead started next Sunday. No, The Walking Dead does not start next Sunday. It's only September. The Walking Dead doesn't come back till October. I think some people in next month. Yeah, never mind, next month. Yeah, some people are. Have you ever read or heard of the book The Plot Against America? HBO was filming here in New Jersey for a miniseries adaptation. No, I never heard of that. I don't think so. AMC either needs to plan Fear's Endgame or amaze us. What's more likely? Endgame, I would imagine. You can't just come out of the blue 5 seasons in and just all of a sudden amaze us. Besides, look what they're setting up. No way. It's just not. It's Fear is dead for a certain amount of fans. Isn't the new big thing reaction videos? Laugh out loud. Well, if it is, I'm not doing it. I did a few reaction videos. I'm done. No, because the thing with reaction videos is, in order to keep it going, you got to make your stupid face for the thumbnail, and you got to overreact for shit. And we all know you're fucking putting on a show. It no longer becomes genuine. When you do it for a few things, it has the ability to stay genuine. But when you're pumping out, let me think. Do I know anyone that does daily reaction videos? Because I don't want to offend them. But in the same strength, 99% of people will begin to just put on a show instead of being like if something was, oh shit, that would be their genuine reaction. They would be, oh shit, like they always got to put on that extra oomph, which on one hand you understand why they do it, because that would what brings in the views and the clicks, but on the same strength, me as a content consumer, I won't watch people like that. I want a genuine reaction. I don't need you to ham it up. The Dr. Sleep trailer came out a few months ago, starring Ewan McGregor. I'll check it out. If I haven't heard it by now, I don't know. How hyped are you for it too? I'm pretty hyped with that. Why don't you just edit the beginning of the streams into separate videos? Then you can keep streaming and appease the people who only like it. No, we're going with what I said before. We did that before, and what happened? We did that for... What season was it? I know we did that for the first like half of a season. And what happened there? I'll look back on that. I know we did that for like the first half of season 7 or season 8 or something of The Walking Dead. They took the kid, but as of right now, we're doing only live streams for the big episodes. They took the kids out of the story for 4 episodes. Nice. Chris Walking Dead is still my favorite show on TV. Yeah, so excited for season 10. I wish you were going to cover it. Wait. I don't know. Be safe, everyone. Oh, yeah, hurricane. Well, happy early birthday, Angela. Well, if it looks creepy, I'll check it out. Yeah, reaction videos are a seminar on how to look stupid on YouTube and make an ass out of themselves. There's a handful of people who just stay genuinely themselves. If you'll notice, they don't crank out like 5 reaction videos a day type deal, but there's a handful of people that legit genuinely stay themselves. I'm trying to think. But yeah, it is such a small portion of, if you take everyone who does reaction videos, it is such a small portion of uh, channels that genuinely stay themselves. But there's a few out there. I will have to say, there's definitely a few out there. I was just thinking about another thing that really took me out of even watching reaction videos. It's not just that a lot of people overhype it, but or overhype their own reaction, but what really took me out is when reaction videos, and this isn't coming from a YouTuber critiquing other YouTubers. This is coming from someone who genuinely wants to watch a reaction video and see what someone thought about something. But the ones that I really can't stand are, besides the ones who play, put on a play and hype it up, but the people who sit on the fence and they don't talk about any pros or cons or what made them like it or what made them hate it, is the people that just simply go, oh, that happened, oh, this happened, but we don't, and again, I come there because I'm curious what they thought about the episode or what they thought about the movie or what they thought about this game. But instead, it's kind of like, oh, this, oh, wow, this, oh, ooh, what's this person doing? Oh, this guy's an asshole. Da, 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 da. But then when it's all said and done, it's just like, okay, see you guys later. I'll do a reaction video next month for this. And it's like, wait, you didn't even give any thoughts and opinions. That's what I'm fucking here for, Anyhow, well, not going to lie, I missed the live streams, but I 100% understand. We'll still be doing some gaming live streams. Yeah, we'll still have some gaming ones. I started watching your videos around Season 3 trailer for The Walking Dead. I can't believe 7 years later, here I'm still loving your content. Damn, thank you very much, Jordan. What'd you think of Dead Don't Die? I didn't watch that yet. It didn't come to the theater near my house, which was so stupid. So when it comes out, I'm going to watch it. Joker's getting great early reviews. Yeah, I'm hyped about that. Why would Fear repeat Gabriel's story even with... they did that? I don't know, bro. That's crazy if they did that. I'm not caught up on Better Call Saul. I want to show you guys this, though. I was on Amazon Prime. A few told me to watch a movie called what the fuck was it called? Let the Corpses Tan, I think it was called. And I gotta say, I fucking hated it. I hated it with a passion. I absolutely just wanted to find the filmmaker and just beat them in the ass and say, tell the fucking story already. Always skipping around. It's one of those, it's probably an independent film because they use a lot of different camera angles. Instead of showing something that would have cost a decent amount of money to film, they show like the person's eyes, excuse me, the person's eyes and it's a gunfight, and then the person's eyes and it's gunfight. But with that movie, Let the Corpses Tan, there was a couple beautiful shots where I thought, okay, see, that I love. There's this one shot where it is dark out and you have all these embers of a burning car. I mean, the car is burning, but it looks like there's burning newspaper flying all around at nighttime. I really like that scene. How that scene was filmed and all that, the slow-mo and the way it was lit. Really dig that. There's another scene that I thought was really cool where I think it's a guy getting off on the idea of killing this chick, and it went to this vision of him just shooting her down or mowing her down with a machine gun, and instead of her getting all shot up, it was blowing her clothes off, like but real stylized. And it was pretty sexy. It was badass. I was like, okay, I get where they're going with that. There was a lot more though that was so fucking irritating. Like they did this shit where they would, it was a foreign film, so they had the numbers on the screen for the time, and it was like 7 hours and 30 minutes. And then 5 seconds later, they show 7 hours and 28 minutes. And then 5 seconds later, they show 7 hours and 31 minutes. So the minutes are all jumping back and forth. And what it's doing is it's showing what's happening in 3 different locations or 5 different locations. Like this person gets shot in the face out of nowhere. And then it shows this cop. It'll rewind, do a title card, and it shows this cop just reacting to the sound. And it'll rewind, do a title card. That shit drove me up a wall. I mean, I almost shut the movie off hardcore. So for me, I feel like just leave the damn title cards out of it. We'll eventually understand, okay, it's bouncing around. And then there was a few other scenes where I just really felt like this was someone who really thinks they're like the most talented genius filmmaker, and I was just like, get on with it already. I was that frustrated. For jumping to October, is that what that said? Anyway, so yeah, Let the Corpses Tan drove me nuts. DK fan community donated $5 for jumping to October. Oh, okay, because he thought it was October already, and no, it's September. We got a whole month to go. But so I'm watching that movie, that crazy ass movie that you guys told me to watch. And then I went looking for other movies to watch. I watched Joaquin Phoenix, a movie I haven't seen yet, and it was called You Were Never Really There. Another movie that, funny enough, had some scenes where I get frustrated with this type of filmmaking. It's like they really leave it ambiguous so the viewer can fill in the holes of what's going on. And it's one of those the filmmaking styles where it's like, okay, the actors only say 3 lines, but we're gonna let the camera linger on them for 10 whole minutes all the time. You know, it's one of those filmmaking styles. And I will say there was a huge majority of the movie that I really enjoyed. And again, it had a similar style to, funny enough, Let the Bodies Tan, because what it'll do is it'll edit out scenes that might have taken some choreography, like fight choreography, or some type of safety, or blood effects, or something like that. And they'll edit a scene where he walks up to a guy, and just before he hits him with the hammer in the head, it cuts, and then it cuts back, and the guy's already dead. It does that repeatedly. And there's a part of me that is like, however, I did end up liking it. I wasn't sold on the ending, though. I wasn't sold on that. I felt like it just left it a little too open, you know? Ronnie was looking to pick up the unsigned 3-issue bundle, but the site says it's sold out. Yeah, we just sold, I believe, our last set that we had set aside for bundles. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to look and see if we have separate issue 1, 2, and 3, and I might be able to make 1 or 2 bundles, but other than that, we are ordering new stock to fill out the bundle set. So, like I said, with the back issues, they're restocking every 2 weeks. When we order restock, I will be letting you guys know on the production timeline so you can follow that. Right now, we haven't ordered any new stock, but we will be doing that on Tuesday. I'll do it Monday, but I doubt they're open. And like I said, though, we're at their mercy when it comes to whenever the new printer, like I can't wait until we sell out completely of the old stock, because the new printer we're with now, we put in an order and they have it to us the next week all the time, no matter what. It doesn't matter what it is. Boom, here it is. And our old printer, they were like that in the beginning, but now everything takes a month. And you got to ask them, like, listen, I got people waiting. And they're usually real good about, okay, fine, we'll rush it out. but I don't know what happened. They're upgrading their invoices, they're upgrading the way they package, but for some reason everything's taking a month to come out, and I'm like, damn. I can't wait a month every time I'm ordering something, you know? Not when the competition. And here's the thing, if that was the industry standard, then fine, I will deal with it. But not when your competition can give us product every week. I order it this week, they give it to us next week. You got to keep up with your competition. Have a good time on your date, Lulu Tube. Don't get your hopes up with Dead Don't Die. I didn't have high hopes to begin with Dead Don't Die, so that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, we are selling, for those interested, we have the majority of our DoomsdayKingdom.com site stocked up. The posters and the comics. We are sold out of the issue 1, 2, and 3 bundle, the second printing, and the day and night variant. Everything else we have in stock, and it ships immediately. We will be ordering new stock for the stuff that's sold out, though. So like I said, this production timeline, you click on it and it'll tell you exactly when we order new stock. And I will be updating this probably tomorrow when I do order that. I'll have to take a break in between. I'm remodeling the bathroom, so I'll have to take a break and update that website. Anyway, so I'm on Amazon looking for other things to watch because I want to make videos about this shit, right? And I ran into a few zombie movies that were pitiful. I mean, absolutely pitiful. It was a disgrace. An utter disgrace. Can you guys hear this?
I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today we have a Doomsday Kingdom video exclusive. Now I'm going to try to answer as many questions as I can. If you guys have any...
Can you guys hear that? Let me know if you can hear that, because I'm going to play a video. But I was looking for zombie movies on Amazon Prime, and I ran into some bad movies. I mean, terrible. Absolutely terrible. And then I ran into one that was so unbelievable. I almost died laughing. I almost ripped my guts open. Ronnie, it was... Oh, yeah, we're... Blah, 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 blah. What's your thoughts on the key art for Season 10 of The Walking Dead that was re-released last week? Are you talking about the red and the yellow one? I thought it was okay. I haven't been... Here's the thing. I'm not impressed with Season 10's promotional campaign at all. Like, not even a little bit. But it hasn't taken away my excitement. I'm eager to start Season 10 a lot. I have a lot of faith that it's going to be at the least good. At the very least, it's going to be good, I feel. But I am not a fan of their... Just messed my hair up. I got to go and get another trim so my hair's everywhere. I'm not a fan of their promotional work for Season 10. Where's my hat? I don't have my fucking hat. Especially the Silence the Whispers, having the villains in the promo. Oh my god. I know what happened. Some idiot in their marketing department is probably like 22. And they're like, yeah, I'm fucking young and I'm hip. Let's fucking throw these images on Instagram. Because that's what matters. No, it's so fucking dumb. You have the villain who's supposed to be scary. And I love the actor with a passion. I think he fits the beta role perfect. But you have him just being a cornball. Like, silence. Like, get the fuck out of here. It is so stupid. The Whisper promotion for The Walking Dead Season 10 is probably some of the worst I've ever seen. They had a little bit where the human characters were in the woods. and I was like, okay, this is more my style. This is more. I think this is proper. Leave the villains and mystery and out of it, because when you have your villain and you prop them up in an Instagram little clip, it's just like, no, you failed. If Doomsday Kingdom was optioned for a TV, would you want it to be a weekly show or binge all at once show? Which do you like better? I would have to look at the numbers, but I would probably look at releasing weekly. I think weekly shows are better for the community. I'll be honest. I wish they would force it weekly. I love binging it, but I'm going to be real with you. I think weekly is better for not just the viewer, but not just the fan base, but for the whole, it goes with social media as well, because you throw it on all at once. YouTubers are just like, okay, fuck, they just get to it when they get to it. But you pop out each episode, like Stranger Things, it drops and fans go nuts. 2 weeks later, it's forgotten about, like it doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? That sucks. At least with The Walking Dead, it's relevant. The whole 16 weeks, you got the break in between seasons. It's an event, I wish Stranger Things would like that. I wish Stranger Things was like that. I would not hate Netflix if they did that with their originals moving forward. Thank you, Walter, for dropping by. You see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, I like Old Country for No Man. I don't really care about 28 weeks later. No, 28 months later. I don't really care about that. If they come out with it, I'll watch it. But if they don't, whatever. I tell you what. The We Are the One, the Walking Dead promo. Is that the one where the heroes are in the woods? That one I liked. Okay, so I don't know what it is. But I don't remember being like this in up north. But if I have the door shut and I'm sitting here talking in a room, and it's only been since I'm down south, I get stuffy. What the hell? Hello? All right. What did we get? A comic sale? Yes, we did. Anyhow, so yeah, I don't know what it is, but I get stuffed up talking in a room. I gotta open that door. So anyway, I'm gonna take a real quick break, check on my kid, but I want to show you guys this before I go. I'm not leaving. We're gonna still stay on for a little bit, but I'm on Amazon Prime, and I'm looking. I'm watching a few zombie shows. I'm movies. I'm fast forwarding some. They are so bad, and this is the thing with zombie movies. There's a lot of them. I agree, but they're bad. There's so many that are so bad. It's unreal. It is unreal. Anyway, I run across this. Town of the Living Dead, it's called. Town of the Living Dead. Wait, you guys didn't answer me. Can you hear that? Can you hear that sound? I can hear it faintly. Can't hear, says Gomez. Oh, well, that's going to be a problem.
zombie recruiting. Every time we
I think I got it. I think I got it. Where am I at? All right, I'm right there. This is right here. Here we go.
film, we don't have that many people that are followers with us.
You guys let me know if you can hear it now.
So we always have to go out and pick people.
This is the first time you're taking the baby out to recruit zombies, right?
Yeah. Mom loves it when we dress up like zombies to go out to recruit because
Can you
it
guys
was
hear
her
it?
idea.
This shit, I almost died. I almost lost my fucking shit. Mist humidifier? I might need one. It's killing me. Okay, so you guys can hear it now. Peep this. First off, this is marketed like it's real. Like it's actually real. It's supposed to be a real group of people filming a real indie, like a real, like actual real life indie movie, zombie movie. But I mean like really indie, but for real. Supposed to be for real. And everyone plays this like it's real.
Idea to do it.
They don't like it a whole lot and they grumble, but hey, it works.
Hey, how are you?
Hi. We're with an independent film, and we're trying to find people to be extras in our movie, to be zombies or victims. Would it be all right if we were to kind of mingle with the customers, see if we could find people interested in being in the film?
Say that one more time.
Wait, it gets better. This is my favorite one coming up. So, see how they set this up like this is a real thing. Now, first off, if you're an independent filmmaker and you want to go out and try to get people to be in your zombie movie, I'll tell you right now, don't just slap on shitty red paint on your face. Like, actually take time and do like something, even just the smallest amount of effort. You know, throwing fake zombie paint on your face, all it tells them is this is going to be embarrassing. You know, do something. If you showed up and it was like, you know, decent, and I guarantee you they didn't spend any time at all doing anything that has to do with putting the makeup on.
We're shooting.
I'm a zombie fanatic. I would tell you no. I mean, I'm like pretty much, yo, anyone out there, if you're making a movie, I don't care how independent, put me in your movie. Like a zombie movie, I'll fucking do everyone's zombie movie. Let's go, you know? But if this guy's got a hole in his shirt. This guy's got a hole in his fucking shirt. Hold on, where's my webcam? This guy. They're going around trying to get people to watch or be in their zombie movie. He's got a hole in his fucking shirt. Now, if he was supposed to be a zombie, maybe that was a wound. Throw some fucking blood up in that bitch. I don't know. You got a hole in your shirt, my man. What are you doing? But this is the best part. This is this is ultimate cringe. I'm going to move off to the side. I'm going to shut up. Watch this father and his kids when they're like, yo, you want to be in our zombie movie? It's so fucking epic.
Shooting a zombie film, and we were wondering if y'all would be interested in coming in.
No.
Yo, check that out. Look at his face. He's like, and here's what I'm saying. Here's what I mean. You threw a little bit of gray and maybe a little bit of white. You know the really cheap zombie makeup they give you at Target or Walmart? You slap that on your face, and then you just threw like red paint on your shit. And with all the zombies, even they'll have them lined up, and they just mix something that looks like diarrhea, and they just throw it on them. And they don't think at all like, okay, maybe we have one where it's like, you know, bit and ripped here, another one where it's here. It wouldn't take that much more time and effort to do shit like that. And I think that is that's the reason why a lot of zombie movies are dog shit, is because the effort that goes into it. I don't understand it. If you're going to do something, why not do it to the fullest? I don't get that, you know? Anyway, look at this. This is crazy.
Interested in coming.
He's like, fuck no, get away from. She walks up to a family with little kids. She walks up with blood all over her shirt, you know, face a mess, looking like a crackhead. Yo, looking all crazy, like a psychotic crackhead. The guy standing behind her's got a random ass hole in the back of his shirt. And they just walk up like a gang of fucking weirdos with fake blood all out. They walk up to this dad with his little girls, and they're just like, hey, buddy, we're fucking crazy. Do you want to be in a zombie movie? And he's like, kids, run. Look at his face. He's like, bitch, no. I mean, fuck, look at you. Look at your crazy ass. And she's all like, oh, shit. Ooh, that stings. And then I'm sure this is fake, this is where I give them props. If this was a real moment, like a legit moment, I think he's an actor with whatever. If this was a legit moment, that's where they should have cashed in on. But it doesn't look like they did that. This shit is old. This shit is like from like 2012 or 14 or some shit like that. If you had the right team marketing this, it could have been the funniest shit ever. Because some of this shit is actually funny. But they play it off like they don't know it's funny because it's supposed to be real. You know what I mean? But that's the thing. Spin, I did the same thing. I watched this shit and I'm like, what the fuck are these weirdos doing? But if you watch it like a comedy, if they actually did it like a comedy, bro, that would be great. Like, again, if this was, and this doesn't have to be real. The way they marketed it, it just didn't come off right.
No.
Look at this.
You sure?
I'm positive.
And here's the thing is that little moment could be real. I mean, that little moment's better acting than we see in most of anything we get there. This guy's like,
Hopefully Brian
nah,
and Chase
I'm done.
are having better luck than we are.
I hope you're
But look, these people, they're going looking for zombies. And this is
It's
why
very hard to try to.
this is what gave me the thought, oh, wait a minute. This is a parody, right? Is it? Because now, guess where they're going? They're going to a funeral home.
Gonna be a zombie? I'm not gonna be a zombie.
Anybody else maybe can.
And well, you could tell with these girls, you could tell that this is definitely set up and staged. See how she's smiling and
Anybody?
just how it comes off. It is definitely staged. CMO 313, effort takes money though. Listen, here's the thing is, you, with the amount that they do here, just slapping red on here, you can actually do something with that other than how they're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's an idea. You know where they go wrong? What they do is they take, real quick tip, right? They'll take the black brown paint and they're like, oh, okay, so I gotta be zombie-like or hero-like, so I need to be dirty, right? And they'll just go like this, smear dirt. And they're like, okay, I'm good. Which is not the way you do it. It shouldn't be the way you do it. Anyone who's ever gotten dirty knows that's not even what you look like when you're dirty. And this isn't even coming from tips of someone who's been on the set of all these practical effects and shit like that. This is someone who used to be a working man who's been dirty as shit, you know, on my lunch break trying to figure out how I'm going to touch my sandwich without getting any dirt on it. Or how many times have y'all been working and you ain't got nowhere to clean up? You're holding one piece of your sandwich and that bitch is dirty as fuck. The bun's all dirty as shit, but you're just going to eat around it and throw it away. Some of you probably, some of your old timers, you'll probably just eat that dirty shit. You know, you don't give a fuck. You're breathing in that shit anyhow. Here's the thing. Anyone who's dirty knows it doesn't look like that. Put that dirt on and then wipe your face off. Clean up a little bit so the dirt gets in the soots, the dirt and soot gets in the wrinkles and the grooves of your face. That's how you get it to look naturally dirty. You apply that to what you got going on here and you can make what you have work. And here's another thing. If you only got $10, then don't make a fucking movie. Show me a movie for $10 that's actually good, you know? But if you take that $10 and maybe you can do something and come up a little bit, then you can make something work. I don't know. I know there's movies that have been made with low budget. That is definitely true. And I support that, and I think that would be amazing if we could even do that on this channel. You guys know I would love to do a little original movie on the Map channel one day. There's a way to do it, but we're not doing it with $500. So I'll tell you right now, we're not doing it. We might try to get up maybe a few thousand to do it, and even then, that's asking a lot, you know. All right, let me go do this real quick. I'll be right back. Give me a few minutes here. Give me a few minutes here. Where am I? Let me put Doomsday Kingdom on the thing. Just give me. Give me. Do I have that? Shit. Oh yeah, right here. Give me not even 5 minutes. All right, I am back. Wait, where's the webcam? There I am, man. There I am, mine. All right. So, they go to the nursing home. This was... Yeah, this was part one that was just... This is such a disaster.
Chocolate syrup, coffee.
What?
It looks like
It looks like feces.
fecal matter.
Please tell me those are zombie teeth. Sorry, I'm picking on this girl, but fuck it. You're the one who put yourself on TV.
Splatter.
Yeah, here's another thing, too. Again, like I said, here's where it gets tricky because the show is supposed to be a comedy, but the movie they're making is supposed to be real, unless it's all fake. Now, here's the thing. If this is legit, if anyone out there is legit getting into something, don't do this shit. Don't just line them up like a firing squad and throw what looks like diarrhea shit all over them. What the fuck are you doing? Why would you do this? Why would you do that? What is that supposed to be? I mean, seriously, what is that supposed to be? Did somebody shit on them? They got shit on? And here's the problem, is it looks like someone threw crap on them. It doesn't look like, even right here with her wounds, what is this? Show me what wound is randomly sprayed all over a shirt. And I know I'm being picky, but this is because we got to be. If you're stepping up to make a zombie movie and you're just in it to have fun, then fuck off. You know why? Because I'm a massive zombie fan, and I'm so tired of 99.9% of zombie content being dog shit. No wonder why it is one of the most disrespected genres ever. I mean, it has a lot of fans, but in a lot of eyes, it's just it's a zombie show, a zombie movie. No wonder, because of people just randomly shitting these projects out. Why don't you pick a wound for your character and work off of that? You are probably wasting material. Somebody in the chat was talking about it takes money to do a show. You're wasting money by randomly throwing diarrhea and fake blood all over your cast. Pick a wound, a certain wound, and then have some red blood and then some dark blood, and then do it to make it, I don't know, like, it's just so frustrating. Yeah, the zombie genre has always been watered down. It has always been watered down. I don't think there was a time in history when it wasn't, except for when maybe it was first starting to come
like
out.
3 weeks old SpaghettiOs that have been left out in the sun.
Dude, that
Like, yeah, your outfit just looks like you had a food fight.
something that came out of me the other night.
This chick don't even have pants. The wardrobe department didn't even give this bitch no pants. She's sitting out there. If you were to look at these people, what would you think? Would you think like, oh shit, that's a victim of someone who died a violent death? No.
T-shirt contest.
Take me to your lead.
She's doing some old alien shit, but I give her props though. She's fucking happy. She's like, let's do it. This part got me frustrated because they're sitting here to try to do this.
There's no way we're.
And here's what makes me laugh. You look at this and it's like, this is an embarrassment trying to, if you look at it like it's real, it's an embarrassment. But if you watch this like it's a comedy, it's the funniest shit ever because it's literally a parody of what indie filmmaking is like. They're trying to set up this shot. I think this shit is fucking hilarious. Not the way they edited it together. They did a poor job at that.
Rolling.
But the natural funniness. All right, so they want the truck to run into this zombie.
I've got an idea.
This is funny. This right here is filmmaking, right? I mean, indie filmmaking, even when you are just writing. How many of you out there have written something or showed it to a family or friend and they have a better idea for you to do? This 100% is every time ever.
Yeah. What if she was there and I shot her out the front?
I just thought about an angle that would work. Have the camera inside, just like, bam.
Everybody has suggestions sometimes. Sometimes they're good and sometimes they're not. We could use the dummy on the ground and we could just run over the dummy.
Like that, again, see how there's the potential there for them to make this really funny parody of it. But it's just really poorly crafted. It's there though. If I don't know if they need, I don't know who's calling the shots on this. They needed somebody. And again, the reason it's hard is because I don't know if it's the people doing the show or if it's the people filming the zombie movie. I don't know who's doing what. So this is easily solved by just literally having the girl on the side of the truck at that angle. It's literally a profile angle. At that angle, you would never be able to tell because he'd be driving straight forward. He'd be slamming on the brakes and she would just be like to the side there. And you would never even know. Instead of having her hit square in the middle, just have it clip on the side. 1, maybe 2 edits and boom, you got the shot. But again, they're going for comedy here.
It's taken us 6 years to do this. After 6 years, John still doesn't know how to set up a damn shot. Nobody understands.
And again, this
what
here
it takes to set up this shot but me. Action.
This is funny. Well, I mean, this has the potential to be funnier than it came out.
Boom.
Because it's made, and I think they went overboard with it being real to where it's embarrassing and sad and you're not having fun with it, because it's like mean and cruel. You know what I mean? Look.
Cut.
Do you know how many extras are probably this shit? There's probably a lot out there that are great and excited and whoa, yada, yada, yada. But you know how many that are not just extras, but actual actors, and they get on set and you're like, what the fuck? Watch
It's got to
this
be more
person.
violent. Like you just got shot in the head.
Yeah, give yourself whiplash. Whoop.
Action. Cut. It's not
Just
working.
sits down.
Let's try it again. And boom. Cut. I'm sure Robert Rodriguez takes 6 hours to set up a shot. I mean, it's got to be perfect.
I mean, that clearly that you could have 5 different ways to quickly get that shot done and over with. I mean, here's an idea. Put down a mattress for the bitch if you wanted. She could just flop on that. But it's made to be funny. What was the other one? There was this. And I think this one. This is where I knew, okay, they're making fun of, like, this is where I knew, like, this is bullshit. Because at first, I looked at an article, I looked at another clip, and this was advertised as real. Like, they really were filming someone who was making a zombie movie, and it was just the most pitiful zombie movie, indie zombie movie you ever saw. But then when I saw this part, I was like, okay, this is full of shit. Because they're looking for something to blow things up.
About that. I love this. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be the biggest.
And this store owner just comes out of the blue with dynamite. Fucking dynamite. You know what I mean? So, again, though, this part could have been funny. It's predictable. We all know what was coming.
Get off the boat and we beat the living hell out of some zombies. Then I just throw my lighter and it's like the boat's blowing up behind us, but we don't even acknowledge it. We're just walking off sort of nonchalantly.
That looks like it's going to be a good spot. We're going to spend a good amount of time blocking it to make sure that
All right, so they're setting up this shot. They're blocking it, and this guy's got his hands on the trigger.
Son of a bitch. Wait on me.
All right, reset quickly. Action. Go.
So,
No,
Watch it, Chase.
you gotta wait for him to get his.
Wait.
If that happens in real life, we're screwed.
we only get one chance. We only have one boat to blow up. So if any of us flinch
All 3 of y'all put your hands on your hips, please.
or fall down, the whole shot's ruined.
Awesome. Let's do it. Let's do this thing.
This is it. Detonator's live. So, yeah.
Don't jump. Don't freak like a little girl.
You guys are gonna have to back up some more. I'm still getting in.
I didn't push the button.
Again, there was so much potential they could have took that scene right there, because for an indie filmmaker, this is like it. I think where they went wrong is the dynamite shit. It tips your hand too much. Another thing is they need an extra ball of charisma with the crew or something. They need something. They need to go in and do a revamp or a polish of, because you got the token gay guy, and you got the hillbilly like demolition expert, and then it's pretty much flat. It's just regular actor people, you know. You got to get it should be a girl, 2 guys. They got 3 guys right now, but the girl needs to be hot. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. But the girl's like the only hot person in town, one of those type of cliches. And then you have the indie director who thinks he knows everything, and then have the actor guy do a little tweak on his whatever. You could have had something real funny out of this. Instead, it's made so cringe-inducing. It's like you're so embarrassed for the people. You can't laugh. You feel bad for laughing. It is fucking terrible. But at the same time, it had a lot of potential.
Wow. That was awesome. I mean, it was. Whew.
I just my pants. Holy.
I'm not even touching it.
Damn it! Then we have overreactions. Chris Stanley with a $10 Dono. Thanks, Ronnie. I needed this and a few drinks after a long weekend of work. Thank you very much, Chris. I needed it too, to be honest. I missed you guys over the move. Wait, there was another dono that came in. Oh, Melissa B. There's no comment, but thank you very much for the dono, helping the channel out. I appreciate that a lot. Wait, I've worked on blasting, have my license. Fucking bullshit. Melissa B donated $2 through Super Chat. Oh, wait, hold on. You got a comment now. Read my previous thanks. Love you, Ronnie. Thank you very much for the dono, and thank you very much for the love. It's much appreciated. Here we go. Why don't you try to produce a movie? Question mark. I'd help you if you're free. I'd be up to do anything I had asked. I do makeup, set design, you name it. Well, Melissa B, are you on Facebook or any type of social media? Do you do any advertising on that? Doing a movie is something that has been in the plans from the very beginning of the channel. I would have to say, though, if we were honestly looking to do a movie, it wouldn't be 2020. It wouldn't be until 2020, obviously, production-wise. It would, let's say, it would be crowdfunded. What else can I tell you off the top of my head? It would have to be, going into it, it would have to be something that can be done on a small scale, but also be incredibly impressive once it's showed off. Because I think where people go wrong is when they do the scripting for independent filmmaking, they don't pay attention to what it's going to cost. When you're writing a script, when you're doing an independent script, even if you're not making it, like I would be the one writing it and then directing it, obviously, but even if I'm selling an independent script, I don't want to hand some independent company a script. How many times am I going to say independent? I don't want to hand them the script knowing it's going to cost $100 million, because guess what? They'll never take my script. They'll never option it. They'll never buy it. I want to give them a script that they can do for 10 grand. And then knowing that they're going to put 100 grand into it, they might be, oh, okay, well, can you touch up this? Can you add this? So having a short or a film done on the channel is one of the big goals. Again, the first big one was the comic, and we're doing that. We're about to release issue 5 in a couple months. I'm not really sure about the timeline for that. We're building a crowdfunding for the first volume. So we're going to be releasing issue 5, and then we're going to collect all the issues together and have a special edition volume 1 with a lot of the special images, the covers without logos, shit like that. And after that, who knows, maybe we look into developing a script that could be done on a crowdfunded budget. And it's not just a script too, it's looking at getting people who are legit interested in the sound. We need someone holding the microphone, like a boom operator. From the boom operators to, like you said, set design, the props, everything. Special effects, people who are training, even self-trained, they could put in a little reel of their talent or whatever they're doing. I'm going to look you up, though. See if you have Facebook. We had more stuff I was eventually going to get to. Like, I was going to talk about short stories. For those in the Map family, it wasn't just about us coming together and making a short film. Or I should say some of us, because some people live in different countries. Some people are just going to be too far away and obviously not going to have the money to get to where we're filming or whatever it is. Now, I wanted to, with the website, have people send in maybe a 1 or 3 page short story or scene or whatever it is, and have the Map family go in and read those and vote for those. Vote for your favorites, so we can kind of have a map contest right here for people who are interested in doing things that are creative, like storytelling or making music. I mean, I think in the end, that is where I have a lot of passion for, because if we were going to do an independent, even a short, but an independent movie, I would look inside the Map Mob for people who are interested in doing interested in scoring, not all of it, but maybe some of it, you know? I think that would be incredible. Just like how James Milne, me and James Milne are now doing Doomsday Kingdom, the comic. Before he was doing the comic with me, he was, you know, in the Matt family, hanging out, watching, talking about The Walking Dead, talking about the comic. And then it made sense and it was right. We obviously grew a friendship, started slow, got to know one another, was chit-chatting on social media, and then it grew into now we are doing Doomsday Kingdom. The same can be applied, I think, the same can be applied to making a movie. People in the Matt family who are interested in doing practical effects, interested in doing the score or music for a short, people who are interested in doing maybe the sound, interested in shit. I'm trying to think of stuff that isn't too nitpicky with skills. People who are even or have experience with explosives. They could come on and help with an effect that needed some, you know, anything like that. I think that would be friggin' incredible. And it starts from in-house. And again, that would help for the budget as well. If we're getting people who are donating time to work on the project as well as crowdfunding to fund it. Are you going to play the VR The Walking Dead game? It depends on how much the VR costs. I don't have anything. I mean, is it a PlayStation VR? Is that what it's on? I'm on IG, babe. Listen. I'm going to forget that you just sexually assaulted me by calling me babe. But I'll look for you. Instagram. I got my eye on you, Melissa. Be warned. Are you making a movie? Not right now. It is a future goal. You know, it's something that we've always wanted to do. But we need to have the script first and foremost. The script 100%. I'll tell you what, if we were going to do any movie, and if it only makes sense to do something that's zombie related, it would 100% be horror related. Absolutely, without a doubt. It would have a horror element to it. But if we were to do a zombie or zombie related, because you don't have to have the zombie type. Hell, even my comic isn't, you know, fully a zombie story because the zombies don't act the same as they do. Not all of them. We have the classic zombie that you would find in The Walking Dead, per se. But there's differences as well. No one here in Detroit in the winter. Plenty of junkies could do the help. Yeah. Well, like I said, if we were to do a zombie movie, I still have this vision of this guy, cold as shit, running, guy or girl, running through the snow. Because it really doesn't matter on who's playing this character, because it's just that visual. Running through the snow, falling down, they're just about to give up, and they have this horde of zombies behind them crunching along, but we're at the ass end of the moment where they're starting to freeze. And then that person finally crumbles. They can't make it. They're so cold. They're starting to get up. And they turn, and the zombies are frozen just like a few feet away from them. And then they get up, and they're so frozen. Again, it's filmed slow, methodical, with the cinematography, the lighting the right way, exposing what you're seeing visually just at the right time. And then the person would get up and barely make it, but barely creep, heading back the way they came, and now walking past the zombies, and then you're getting a bigger view of how big this horde is in the snow. Something like that would be extremely difficult, though, on and independent scale, so that's probably something we wouldn't be able to do. Maybe on a small scale, but then it wouldn't make sense of why that person is running in the snow away from like 5 zombies. It would have to be a horde that has them covered. They're so cold, if they try to cut sideways, the horde is gonna cut them off just by the way it is. Read about it in PlayStation Magazine. It's got to be done Blair Witch Project style. You know what I'm saying, babe? Question mark. Hit me up for real. Well, yeah, that's one time I smoked a joint and watched Blair Witch, and I tell you what, I was in the zone. I was feeling it, and I wasn't into zombie movie, or not zombie. I wasn't into that movie at all before it came out. There was a lot of hype on it. I think I was pretty salty because at the time I was real big into found footage. Found footage was my jam, yo. I thought there was so much potential. I wanted to do a lot when it came to found footage. I wanted to do something, but I was mad young. I was like 16 maybe when that came out, maybe 15. And I was just so hyped to do something that was found footage. And that came out, and it was the big craze. Then everyone's doing found footage, and now no one cares about found footage. It happened quickly, too. A lot of people started not caring about found footage. So, that made me a little bit tight. But, wait. So, yeah, that made me a little bit tight. However, it would have to be similar. I was going to read this article, but no one cares about Town of Living Dead. Town of Living, they had something going there. They could have made it something, but man, they messed that up. I want the Predator on the screen. He is so fucking gorgeous. Why can't I make it bigger than that? Huh? Sitters. Slideshow. What's slideshow? Anyway. I wrote your info down, Melissa B. Thank you for reaching out. Is there anyone else in the Map Mob that is legit interested? And when I say interested and looking into... Yeah, Melissa just got Me Too'd. For real. If there's anyone actually interested, and when I say interested, I mean interested, but be the type of person who, if you want to work on the practical effects side, let's say I'm in your shoes and I'm like, yes, that's me 100%. I'm going to learn. I'm going to look up some shit. I'm going to look up tricks, how they do it, why they do what they do when it comes to putting the wounds on, how to deal with liquid latex. I mean, I have a little practical effects kit just to practice, because if I ever get the chance to work on a movie, an independent film for the channel, I know 100% it's going to have wounds and be bloody. It's going to be horror related. But this way, I can even help out if needs be, when it comes to getting the wounds to look right, what stuff to use. So that's the thing. Don't just go, oh, I want to be involved, but then don't do anything at all. And I hate how that sounds, but in reality, you got to be the one who's going to, no, I'm going to look into, okay, I do want to be involved in the sound, something as simple as that, or the lighting, or set dressing, or helping the set holy shit, the background of where we're filming outside. We need to block this because you could see this house in the background that's going to be blah, blah, blah. Or if you're interested in going out and finding locations, but you're also interested in discussing with people or finding out what kind of permits you need, or maybe there's a way to film without a permit and we can sneak around, but go there and look ahead of time to see if it's safe to even film, maybe clear a pathway of broken glass or da-da-da-da. Like, if we were going to do it and we were going to bring on people, I'm not kidding. It's not like, well, we're just bringing on anybody. We're bringing on people who are about it, They're putting it in. they're putting in work and putting in 110%, not just shit, I would like to do that and show up. Because I tell you what, those people aren't, from what I've noticed, those people aren't the ones you want around. People who are in to do it because it's a fun time. It is a fun time, but it's a balance between putting in that work at the same time. But I think, imagine how incredible would that be. And keep in mind, this is something we've already done. We were just a random ass bunch of zombie fans talking about The Walking Dead. A few years ago, that is all we were. That is it. Just a bunch of random ass zombie fans talking about The Walking Dead. And then we talked about an idea I had for a zombie story. And then 10 people were interested, 100 people, then 500 people, then 1,000. And then I got with someone who was in the community, and I linked up with them. We started putting out the promo images. People were getting excited. The community was getting excited. And then we came out with the comic, and then issue 2, and then 3, and then 4. And here we are now. Imagine doing the same shit, but with a low-budget independent film. Is that redundant? Probably. But imagine doing the same shit, like pulling people from our own community and making a small project. Now, keep in mind, we're not doing this next month. This is just something that we're thinking, is this possible? If it's possible, then let's look into when we could do it. What type of story is it going to be? I live in North Carolina, so it would most likely film in North Carolina. Yeah, it would probably film in North Carolina. But that would be left open. I mean, if we had some kind of killer location, let's say someone in the Map fam is rich, or well off, and they got inherited this old motel or old compound, and it's like, holy shit, this could be your set, and it's massive, there's multiple, of course we'd pick up and move and film there, you know what I mean? Because that would be, you wouldn't be able to find that type of location if you just filmed where you lived. So, alright, that's pretty much, I don't know if you're talking about the show or what. Ooh, Junkie zombies? Well, I'm not sure. Here, I've been around junkies for a long time. I wouldn't hire a junkie to be a zombie straight up, because if they're not high or right, they're gone. I mean, there's zero dedication. They're out of there. So even if you got a bunch of junkie zombies, I mean, shit, you're either going to catch them sucking dick for money with the other extras, or you're going to catch them, or you're going to have to, help keep them right so they don't run off to get high. I wouldn't have any junkie zombies around. Fuck it, I don't give a shit, If they're not high or right, you're going to have to pay for it to get them high or right, or they're out of there. Melissa B., you want to work on a practical effects side? I got your name down. That's my jam, Ronnie, babe. How long you been messing around with practical effects? You see, that's something that I love. I love it, but I don't think that is where my specialties are, where I would fully put all my energy into it. But I tell you what, if let's say I'm on set and we're doing the whatever, the practical effects shit is probably where my kid side will come out, because that was when I was watching the behind the scenes to all the zombie movies. That's what I loved, finding out how they ripped a person's body open, what they used, why did it look real, because it was pig guts, and then you find out that the fridge broke and the pig guts started to rot, so that poor bastard who's sitting on the ground had to deal with that smell, and he almost threw up multiple times. Like, that shit is crazy. That shit is so fucking nuts, yo. Because that shit, I bet you that shit stunk beyond belief, Yeah, Penelope, it would probably be in North Carolina, unless something popped up. I'd be one of the actors. I've been working on haunted houses my whole life. Oh, that's cool. I think that would be neat for people in the Matt Mob to come out for extra roles. There would obviously always be a lot more extra roles than lead roles, but it would be cool to take auditions. We would obviously take auditions both in and outside of the Matt Mob, but I think that would be cool. Oh, if we get to it, or if it ever happens, I would definitely make a video saying, yeah, we need actors and here's how it's going to go and yada, yada, yada. I wouldn't be the casting director, so don't think you can suck up to me. I wouldn't be hiring you. You know, we'd have an actual casting director, someone who has an eye for it. I feel like I got a real good eye. I've had, I don't know, it's kind of tricky to tell, but I mean, I see someone who's not in, you know, a big production, like, what was her name? Jennifer Lawrence, is that her name? I don't know. I saw her in, it was like Winter's Bone, or I saw her in some independent movie, and I was like, yo, this little bitch gonna be on and popping. There's something about her charisma. Next thing you know, 2 years later, she's in Hunger Games, and she's huge. You know what I mean? I've been doing little shit like that my whole life. I feel like I'm real good when it comes to pinpointing charisma, which I'm not trying to brag. What kind of bragging is that anyway? You're good at picking out, you know, charismatic people. Who gives a shit? But I feel like I got an eye for that. But I would let an actual casting director handle some of that. I would want to check in on it though, just to make sure. C-Mo is into soundtrack and movie score. See that? We're building up a group already. I'm an actor, designer, set dresser, writer. My passion is prosthetics, makeup. That is cool. That's another thing. When you're coming up, I mean, you got to be into all of it. Like, I think my passion, my heart is in telling the story. I think directing, writing, screenwriting. I think if I could pick something and that was it, I'd probably be on the production side of things. Producer, director, writer. I can leave the, like, I don't need my picture on the poster. I don't need to be the lead star. I'm not all into that. As long as I made good money and I can do whatever I wanted passion-wise as far as, like, the projects, I could be someone who no one ever knew who I was. I'd be happy with that. That's the type of person I am. But at the same time, when you're coming up, like, that's why I took a shit ton of acting classes. I was in plays. And if you're actually taking acting classes and you're actually trying to get gigs and going to auditions and whatever, you're bound to run into a few wackos. Like, I've ran into some wackos that were just, what do they say? If you can't act, teach, or some shit like that. You're gonna run into your fair share who are trying to make a buck, charging $300 a pop. They got you on some shit, and then the play conveniently fails. I ran into my fair share of situations like that. But again, if you're just going at it, or maybe you're in a more comfortable position, you could pick one. But when you just are trying to get your foot in the door, you'll do everything. Like, at this point, I'll do whatever I can, whether it's acting or producing, directing, writing. It doesn't matter. But if I could pick, I would probably pick, production side of things, because I love that. I love the creating it. I love putting it together. I don't need to be on the poster, and I don't need to walk on no red carpet. I just want to be behind the scenes and make the shit. Zombies are junkies. They live on flesh, don't they? Laugh out loud. Oh, if you're out of here, good night, Spin. We'd love to work with you on film. I'm a director, cinematographer, editor, sound designer. The Shuggy. See, that's what we need. We had a little talent thread in the fan Facebook. But that's what we need. We need something where people could kind of put what they're into. You know what I mean? Because you could say you're into this and you're into that and you're into this, but I really need to get a post where people can put what they're into, what they're interested in. That way, if projects ever come up and there's ever a chance to do something, we can get something done. You know? a lot of you that are interested in stuff, I hope you guys have Instagram pages, Facebook pages, somewhere where you're putting your work. Even if it's stuff that's hard to post up there, like even if it's writing, you know, throw up a couple lines of a scene or something once in a while, or but have something up there. Be out there. Because that's the first thing someone's going to do. I'll tell you right now. The first thing I'm going to do, if we're really honestly going to make a movie, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look and see what the person's doing, what they're interested in, and what their work is like. And if I go to their thing and they have no work whatsoever, I'm going to assume maybe they're new or maybe they just don't care all that much. So it is important to show what type of work you do. The Shuggy, do you have a site that people can check you out on? Yeah, that's if you live in the UK or in a different country, that does suck, man. There's nothing we can do about that. Why are you sad, Meowcat Bissy? Why are you sad? Wait, American Werewolf in London started my passion. I can see that. American Werewolf in London is iconic for... I would probably have to say for... I don't want to just say like the horror genre, but it definitely is one of those classic movies that it aged, but it aged well. And that werewolf transformation too, even though you can see how it's dated, it's still, you don't watch it and go, ugh, you know, that dated bad. You just watch it and it's still one of those that it's like, shit, you know. That is cool. Junkie Zombie's gonna run. Yeah, they are. I'm trying to make sure I don't. Deja Vu can sew costumes. Have office admin. Custom service. Yeah, it's definitely a double-edged sword. I hear fear is getting real bad. Yeah, marketability is very important. Vogel from Dexter, I understand why they had her character in the finale, but I wasn't all that interested or thrilled about her. Meowcat, you haven't said why you're sad yet. Spider-Man said he's trying to find somewhere to write so he can gain a following. He doesn't know if he should try Wattpad or whatnot. Well, here's the tricky thing. I mean, you could do that if you want, but I mean, I don't know. Do you have stories, right? And I mean good stories that are, you know, because I don't care what writer you are. You don't always write everything that's great. Do you have a handful of really neat short stories or even small scenes or moments or whatever? I would say polish 3 to 5 of those first. And I mean, take your time, figure it out, take a few months, get a few hard hitters, not just good ones. I mean, hard hitters, you know, maybe one that is potentially like a career maker type. And then look into where to put them. But as far as just writing to gain an audience, I'm not sure. I would imagine there's a few things out there. I heard of Wattpad, but I never, other than people mentioning it, I never looked into it. Yeah, I don't give a damn about the fame. I just want to have my shit out there and succeed. Sugar Earth Media on YouTube has short films. Oh, relationship related shit. Man, listen, you're far too young to be letting that drag you down. Because I'm telling you what, in 5 or 10 years, none of that shit's going to matter whatsoever. Honestly. You're going to look back sometimes, a lot of times, you might look back and go, holy shit, I dodged a bullet, you know? There was a few chicks where I was like, man, you know, that chick, that's a good place to be, you know what I mean? Having that chick on your arm, that shit, that's righteous. But I look back, I don't know, maybe 5 or 10 years after, and you're just like, oh shit, you know, that chick went downhill. And I'm not just talking about looks, I'm talking about life decisions or just their personality. People do drastically change even when they're out of school. I mean, or some people even from early 20s going into 30s, sometimes once they, I don't know, just get settled with careers or this, that, and the third, life just changes them. And they just ain't the same. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't even worry about relationship shit, man. I don't care what age you are, to be honest. You might have dodged a bullet because in 5 years after, you might find the one, you know? And then who gives a fuck about the bum? Because now you got the one. Ran into some of your vids in French. Wait, what? You have French videos? Ah, thank you very much, Deja Vu. Yeah, I wrote your info down. And you have, did you say you have your stuff posted on Instagram? As far as, are you posting practical effects stuff on Instagram? I think that's an excellent place. If you are doing it, that's an excellent place for it. Because it's images, you know, bang, 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 it's done. Wait a minute, Melissa, don't I already follow you? Let me find out. Let me make sure I got everything covered. Yo, I'm not kidding though. I am hyped about the Speak Your Geek though. One thing I'm worried about, like I said, we are going to have a 3-month transition period. One thing I'm worried about is not being able to post content back to back. With Make a Path Presents. With Ronnie Hayes, I got enough already where I can get a head start. So September is going to be a little slow still, but I'll be able to do live streams and catch up with you guys. But September will be a little slow, but I'm going to be putting out a video here and there on Ronnie Hayes. But at the same time, I'm going to be building up videos that will go up on there in a time period. So that way I'm like 2 weeks in advance, or at least that's what I'm hoping. Then while you guys are getting a steady flow of videos at the Ronnie Hayes channel, and those are videos that don't take a lot of editing and this, that, and the third, then I can work on the ones that do take a lot of editing and a lot of polish, and those are the ones that are going to go on Make a Path Presents. But I am going to do it in a staggered way where I'm going to hurry up and get whatever first video I can get out, just to get one out and show everyone that this ain't no bullshit. We're finally here. Here's a really good edited video. But then I want to make 2 edited videos after that and be able to post one and then schedule the other one to post. So that way, while you guys are already told when that is going to post, let's say 2 weeks later at a certain day and time, you guys know that video's coming, and I already have that video in the can, so then I could start working on the one that's going to get posted 3 weeks from now. And depending on how quick or how long, if I can hurry up and get that done pretty quick, then I put that one in posted but scheduled to go up, and then I start working on the one that's 4 weeks out. Depending on how quickly I can get some out, I'm hoping to always remain a few weeks ahead of what you guys are watching. So that way, you're on a schedule with it. You see what is coming up, and we can tweak some of the new content, maybe trim the fat. Maybe something doesn't work. Maybe the Speak Your Geek didn't work, which I'm excited about that. I hope it does work, because I really want to upgrade that to where we go out and speak to people. about just anything and everything. Again, I want to leave it open because it could be the new movie, it could be a controversy, it could be getting people's opinions on remakes, something as simple as that. And it's a fresh take, because sometimes a lot of the people on social media, like Twitter, for example, a lot of them have groupthink. A lot of them think the same thing. They get in little groups. So when you see posts, the likelihood of a person replying to certain posts are going to be a similar type of person. So you're going to get either one of two opinions on Twitter. A lot of times you're either going to get a right or left opinion, I feel like, a lot of times. Twitter is just like that. But when you're in the real world, you're going to get raw, you're going to get real, and you're going to get some surprising thoughts and opinions, I feel. Anyhow, mine. So that one would be a lot of fun. Did I spell that wrong? Fuck me. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, okay. There was another word there. I had to have spelled that wrong, cause Jesus, where the fuck is this? Yo, what's up, honey bunny? Have a good night. I had changed teas. My daughter was just teasing me about it. Oh, that's what I did wrong. The other iced tea, I had to switch brands because that other iced tea, I love it. It is sweet, super sweet tea, but it had way too much sugar, man. Oh, there we go. All right, I gave you the follow. I'll have to check out some of the work you do on Instagram. But like I say, for anyone who's, just catching up to what we're saying, we are talking about maybe the possibility sometime in the future of doing a crowdfunded indie project, like a short or a movie. I mean, I feel like that's redundant as well, because obviously it would be a smaller production. It doesn't have to be a feature film length, so it could be, depending on how slow certain scenes are, Anyway, if you're just showing up, this is something that it wouldn't even be 6 months before we even announced it's something we are interested in doing, so it won't be for a while, I would imagine. Oh yeah, 5-year relationship. That stings. I was with my daughter's mother for a while, but I'm telling you what, you really do get over it. You really do. Once you get over it, you're like this. Everyone's the same way when it comes to relationships. Roundabout. There's variety there. But everyone hits that point. Most people, I should say. Some people never hit that point. But most people hit that one point or that one moment where it radically changes them from that moment on when it comes to any relationships ever. And it does something to where even the relationships after aren't the same, but they're well more guarded when it comes to making connections and yada yada yada. You know, you'll probably hit that point. This might even be that point for you. But I'm telling you what, you don't see it now, but in a few years from now, you won't even remember. You'll be like, who was that again? That's almost... I haven't met a person to this day that had a big deal breakup, and then years later they were like, man, I still wish I was with that person. Yeah, I'm sure it happens, but that shit is rare. Paralyzing King, thank you for the dono. Melissa B again with the $3 dono. Appreciate that. Ronnie, I'm excited. The Walking Dead Netflix yesterday. Wait, what? I watched 901 and loved it without commercials. Made it better. Oh, okay, yeah. The Walking Dead's on Netflix now. Something about Black Mirror is great. I watched Black Mirror. I already watched that one. Scarecrow Fest in St. Charles is a hell of a place to think about as far as an independent movie goes. Scarecrow Fest. I have to look that up, see what that's about. Oh, son of a bitch. I never tweeted out my... information. Well, I just did now. Fuck. I'm going to be ending soon. That doesn't matter. I'll make sure we talked about everything. Then again, I'm sick of I just want to get into it. We're at the point now where we're almost done talking about it, and we're about to be getting into the new content, which I'm so fucking thrilled. Because I get it. It's exciting when you're talking about what's coming up, but once you've been talking about it for so long, you just get so annoyed. You don't want to upload anything until you're uploading what you've been talking about for the longest, you know. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, I got a neat project with the Walking Dead comic. Like I said, we're doing the comic covers, and we're doing a look at the first volume of The Walking Dead. Because of what it is, we can only do the first volume, and maybe I'll do it while we're doing the comic covers. But I think a lot of people will find it fun because it has to do with the first volume and a look at Kirkman's writing. But like I said, that only exists for the first volume, so we can only do that. We won't be able to continue it. Oh, Scarecrow Fest is... Wait, what did you say? I thought you meant for filming. It's a hell of a place to think about as far as an independent movie goes. I might be clicking on the wrong thing. I'm not seeing a connection. I clicked on something and people were just making their own scarecrows. Check out Black Coat's Daughter. Weird, eerie, worth the watch. I'm skeptical now. I've gotten a lot of recommendations for a few movies that are just fucking weird. So I'm skeptical, but I'll check out some recommendations. Oh yeah, my Twitter DMs. I gotta get back into that. I'm trying to get caught up with shit, so social media is taking a bit of a backseat. I'll be happy once I get this bathroom done. When do you guys see it? This shit, man, listen, for anyone that cares, it was a disaster. I guess the person living here before, I guess there was some water damage and they just covered it up instead of dealing with it. There was just a mess, And it had this the ugliest lime green painting on the walls. Oh my lord. So Juliet's going to help me paint tomorrow. We're going to put a layer of white down and then put a really subtle blue with a darker blue trim. And I'm putting a new vanity in the side, and then a new floor. Shine up the standing shower because it's one of those chrome standing showers, and then be done with it. But it's going to look badass. Munger Road movie. That's where I'm talking about. I'll have to look it up better. So I think maybe I clicked on something that was similar in name, but it ended up being different. Do I have a favorite Joker laugh from any of the actors playing him? Favorite Joker laugh? Shit. Heath Ledger is my favorite Joker for right now. I have a huge amount of nostalgia for Jack Nicholson's Joker. The day I no longer have to worry about money, I don't care what it costs, but I'm buying the Jack Nicholson is it a Hot Toys? Maybe by that time it'll just be a statue like this Predator, but it'll be the Joker. I want the Joker. I want Batman. I have Batman Returns. I got the 1/6. I'll take all the Hot Toys Joker. Heath Ledger, I got that Joker. I do want to get the deluxe one, the deluxe one too. But visually, I love the stuff that's the visuals. Like even the Ninja Turtles. It's not something where, like, I don't watch Ninja Turtle cartoons. Even the movie, I don't watch the Ninja Turtle movies no more. But it's just like that visual. Just having those little NECA ones, that's all I need. Well, I got those in the big ones, but get the little NECA ones, put them on the shelf. Same thing with anything else that's nostalgic. It doesn't even have to be something I'm into. So I think Nicholson's Joker and Ledger's Jokers are my favorite. No matter how good Joaquin Phoenix does on Joker, and I'll tell you what, I think Joker looks incredible. However, no matter how good it is, I don't think visually he is going to beat Heath Ledger's Joker. The visual, I love that makeup style. The smearing, the way it runs down. Visually, that is my shit. It's just, yeah, fuck yes, all the way, 100%. I like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, the way he looks, a little better than I did originally, but it still doesn't jump out at me. Maybe the performance will add something to that. Same thing with Walter White. Walter White, even as Heisenberg, the look is just like, okay, so what? But now that he's Walter White, I got a Walter White figure back there, and it's just some old ass white dude with glasses, but to me, I look at it and I see Walter White, you know what I mean? So it's different. Anyway, any chance we will see you at a Walker Stalker con promoting Doomsday Kingdom? I mean, that would be friggin' awesome. That would be awesome. But I have no idea. Money is the issue there. If it wasn't for money, I would go to every con ever, you know what I mean? But I just can't afford to go to them. Not yet. I'm working on it. Thank you for the live stream tonight and for all you do. All the Walking Dead live streams after episode premieres over the past seasons. It was a fun run for those. Have a good night and week. But thank you very much, Joe Cool. I appreciate that. We're still going to be here for the season premiere. All the premieres and all the finales for the Walking Dead main show. We're just going to trail it back to the old-fashioned get-to-the-point reviews. And that might be good because then we could focus on some of those deeper into videos that I've been dying to get to. Oh yeah, you know what? I do have a red carpet. Look at that. Am I single? Yes, absolutely. Purposefully so. And I'm going to remain single for at this point in time. I'm going to remain single for a very long time. It is by choice. Relationships are great. I've had a couple solid long-standing relationships. I am painfully honest, though. No woman ever has to worry about me running around on them, though, because I'm painfully honest. I will enjoy a woman's company, but I'm never in a million years, not anytime soon, going to be getting into a relationship. So any female knows I'm up for a good time, but after that, I like variety. If I see a hot chick at the grocery store, I want to flirt with her, get her number or something. I mean, it's going to happen. So I let everyone know right from the gate. You know what I mean? Relationships are, for me, they're a little overrated. I've been there, done that. Being single is probably oh my God. It's probably so stress-free. Companionship is absolutely fantastic, don't get me wrong, but guys, maybe girls, how many times have you gotten into a relationship and you're like, okay, this is nice, and then the hottest piece of tail you've ever seen in your life, something you'd cut your pinky off for, is just laying it on thick, and you're like, oh my God, I can't even flirt with her, you know what I mean? Oh my God, like if you were single, it'd be no problem. Chick comes up, wham, bam, done, you know? But, you can't do that when you're in a relationship. Then you feel bad. Then it's like, fuck, what have I done? New TMNT NECA figures on pre-orders at GameStop. Yes, I talked about that during my previous live stream. Are you in a new location? Yes, I'm in the new location. I had to clean the rug, and which was easy because this room was never used. The rest of the house was a disaster, but I repainted too because this was a really dirty light blue, maybe, or like I don't know, but it was a gross blue green type color. But I repainted white on that. Why is this focus flickering? And you guys will see the rest of the apartment in the Ronnie Hayes videos. I might put one up on this channel showing off the apartment. But it took a lot of work getting it cleaned up. It's been a month already, and I got the bathroom. I got to do the floor. I'm in the middle of repainting it. I got paint on my finger. I was just painting before I went live. I got to put a new vanity in. I mean, Jesus. It's fucking crushing me. What do we got? What would it take to promote Doomsday Kingdom at a Comic-Con? Money. I think it would just take money. Depending on what con. There's some cons where they got to approve you. You know what I'm saying? So, obviously, it would take them approving you. I believe if certain cons, if you don't have enough, presence, I believe they'll decline you. Because then they can get someone in that is more popular. But I think it's just money, pretty much. You located in North Carolina? Yep, I'm in North Carolina. Ronnie doesn't need a girlfriend. We need him to stay productive. Yeah, that's another thing. You get a girlfriend, next thing you know, like I'm a workaholic. You know what I'm saying? Like I know it gets tricky because people only see you on YouTube and they think you don't do anything else. It's just like, oh yeah, you just upload videos once in a while, and it's like I'm literally, when I wake up, I do what I got to do when it comes to family or shopping or my daughter, taking her to school or whatever else, Outside of that, I'm almost never sitting down, popping a movie on. I did that twice since I moved, and that was because we didn't have internet and I was exhausted, and I crashed on the couch when I had the living room finally halfway set up, and I put on Aliens, and the next night I put on Aliens. I'm sorry. First night I put on Alien, and the next night I put on Aliens. And I tell you what, I still remember the moment where I just sat down on the couch, no phone, no responsibilities, no nothing. Juliet watched the movie with me. And I love those moments. I just sat back and I was in heaven. Watching a classic movie. Oh my God, I friggin' loved it. And on the big screen TV too. Shit. But like I said, I did that twice in the past month. And other than that, even when I'm watching a movie I'm filling orders for the comic, or I'm doing this or that, or painting the bathroom, ripping the framing off the bathroom, the trim or whatever. Like, I'm always doing some type of work. So some girls require a lot of attention and maintenance, and it's just like sometimes I feel bad because I'm fucking selfish. It's like, I'll kick it with you when I'm free to kick it with you, and some chicks, especially early on, like, they always want to kick it with you, and it's like, damn. Some chicks are cool with it though. You'll find some that they'll kick it with you, but they'll stay out of your way at the same time. You know what I mean? So, hold on. I gotta put that on vibrate so that way you guys don't get my phone blowing up in your ear before we shut this down. You've never been with the right piece of tail with the whole package. Well, that could be the case. That could be the case, but that would have to be to the moon and back, you know? I mean, I'm getting older, so if I'm settling down, I'm probably settling down for good. I know people say that, so that ain't true, because Hollywood, they're getting married every fucking 10 years. You know, you ever see those actors and they're on like their 6th wife or their 8th wife? It's like they get married every 5 years. So, but in reality, I like to think, if I'm settling down, like that's the moon, that's the ride or die bitch to the moon and back. And I just feel like I'll be blunt with it, man. I got more to explore before I settle down. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Nah, I just don't feel like it. Yeah, Melissa flirting. I do appreciate it, though. You put a smile on my face for the night. Thank you. Oh, I see the little sad face, though. Oh, don't be sad. I went to Las Vegas Comic-Con, and I've seen people promoting comics that only have a few issues. Yeah, if you could get in, you can get in. You're only paying to get in. So if we had all the money in the world, I could pay and get into every single con I wanted. Well, thank you for that, Melissa. I appreciate that. I would be a terrible boyfriend, though. I'm selfish. I work all the time. I mean, shit. You know, you want to find someone who's going to be able to kick it with you and be a good fit. I'm telling you right now, I'm warning you. You know, I'm not a good fit. They're probably local, though, and I don't know, money is definitely a real-life factor. Well, yeah, they definitely either local, if they're small, they're not traveling across the U.S. to get there. They're not, because unless they're rich, you know, because that's expensive, traveling all the way there. So they're either local. It doesn't cost a ton either. That's the thing. But at this point in time, every dollar counts, and going to a con, you might not, like we had the artist go to a few cons in the UK, and I think one of the cons he did really good at. Another con, no one even walked down the aisle. Maybe like 3 or 4 people did. And then there was another con where we had a few people come through. So if you hit up one of those cons and you pay and your time goes into it and nobody comes down, then you just wasted a trip. I would rather grow the comic volume 1, maybe in the middle of volume 2, start going out and hitting those cons, you know? Ronnie, can you say Sugar Mama? Oh, I thought that was Melissa talking. I was like, wait, what? Melissa, are you a sugar mama? Meow cat Bissy. We're going to have a cat fight. This is fun. Yeah. 10th season of The Walking Dead. Random ass comment. That's it. Just 10th season of The Walking Dead. No question. No fucking nothing. Just 10th season of The Walking Dead. Are you telling us? Is there a question there, bro? Hello there. First time I am on your live stream, and I have to say you are funny. Well, thank you very much, Princess Pie. Holy fuck. Nice. Wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Princess Pie. New name, at least for me. New name. I appreciate that. I try to be funny. I hope you're laughing with me and not at me. I mean, either way, if you're laughing, what do I give a shit about? You know what I'm saying? Left Maz, we hit it and quit it for right now. Sorry, ladies. Actually, you are awesome. Oh, yeah. Ladies are awesome. I mean, shit. I'm sure. Listen, chicks do the same shit. You know, they might talk about it differently. But listen, chicks hit and split the same as guys. You know what I'm saying? I just want someone that I can watch my shows and movies with. Listen, I think a lot of people like and enjoy that, you know? They just run into some people where there's a lot of different problem areas, you know what I mean? And it makes them to where they're, I don't know. But for the most part, who wouldn't want that? I mean, fuck, I'd be down to kick it with pretty much any bitch under the sun if they was like, yo, let's watch a movie, blah, 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 blah. But I tell you one thing, a lot of guys are hesitant because it's like, well, I don't want them to get too attached, you know? And I'm not even talking about anything other than let's kick it, you know what I'm saying? But there's just so much that gets into that because you run into one crazy bitch and the next thing you know, you watch yourself, you know, because you'll find some chicks that they cool. They, you know, they get it in. They got their own life. They come back. You guys are hanging out watching a movie, going on a date or something. You get it in again. You know what I'm saying? They go home. They got their life. But then at the same time, you guys make time for each other. Those relationships are always great too. But every once in a while, you either... and again, this is for guys or girls, but you meet up with a crazy bitch and you think it's all great. Next thing you know, you're walking home. It's in the middle of the night and she just like comes out of the shadows and you're just like freaked out. Like, bitch, what are you doing here? And she's like, where have you been? You know, with the crazy eyes. It's like, oh shit. Oh, Richard is, see that? Richard wants to watch a movie with you. He wants to know what your Instagram is. He's looking for you. That's how you know. He was looking for you. He couldn't find you. So he's like, wait a minute. I spelled it wrong. Don't worry, Richard. I spelled it wrong, too, for the first time. Tony Courant with a $3 dono. New hair, bro. I wish. I just don't have my hat on. I had a haircut, and I haven't cut it in, which I can't stand it because then it just flops around. But I had it cut, and I was working with a hat on all day, so my hair is a goddamn mess. But no, it's not new. I love pie, says Simo. Ronnie doesn't need to go to StalkerCon. The stalker's coming to him. Fuck yes. Richard, now you got me out kept busy. They're keeping tabs on you. She's like, yo, motherfucker, chill. Dude, with the comic. Memo, wait. Me too? Is that a... Wait. Me too? You got way too many me's there. You got... It should be meme, me too. Yeah. Me... Okay, I'll take the bait, me too. The art guy, do you expect him to go into a cave for 10 years and get his art perfection and then come out? I mean, we got to do the comic now. I'm sure with his weak points, the same for any artist. Even Charlie Adler, who's doing The Walking Dead, who openly talks about his weak points in his art. I mean, openly. Follow him on Twitter. He'll talk about it. He'll post his practice pictures. The guy who does The Walking Dead for 10 years is posting his practice pictures from his weak art, or the weak aspects of his art, because it's not all perfect. You know what I mean? Charlie Adler has some moments, and he points them out himself. So should Charlie Adler not do the Walking Dead comic until his art is perfection? I mean, you put this comment on every single video. We get it. He's attaining perfection as he's going along, you know? But have you seen the fucking issue 5 cover, bro? We're not stopping and waiting for perfection. This train is going. If need be, we can always go back and touch a couple things up, smooth a couple things out for volume releases. But we're going, you know? Besides, what better way to practice than to do it? I really think, even compared to issue 1 to issue 5, there's absolutely improvement. And there's, I can understand if 99% of it was all weaknesses, you know, but we're talking about more strengths than weaknesses. So, yeah, work on those as we're doing this project, because we need it out. We can't fucking wait around. Even when it comes to the storytelling, I'm not gonna go off and study more, you know, storytelling and story structure. No, I'm gonna learn more as I go along as well. All right, back to the comments. I'm very domestic. Love making my man a beautiful home and dinner. Whoa, guys in the chat. Guys in the chat. You hear this? Domesticated woman. All the guys in the chat just went, hold on. What's her Instagram? Hold on. What is that again? You know? It's because they get clingy and needy too fast, bro. Not all of them. You know, because I've met some chicks who were just about, you know, just about chilling. And they cool as fuck. Hey, Ronnie, glad that you're settled into your new place. I ordered DK on Thursday. Can I expect it to be shipped this week? Oh, my God, yeah. Oh, wait. No. Hold on. I just recognized the name. If you're in the UK, UK orders and orders that ship from the UK, they do not ship out. The only orders that, wait, hold on, I'll get to that. The only orders that ship out immediately are United States orders. If you ordered from the UK and you picked the cheap shipping, then if you want it right now, you have to pay for the international shipping, because that'll come from me. I'll ship it out. I'll ship it out on the stream right this minute. But that's going to cost you like over $20. And that's not us. That is what it costs for international shipping. What we do for people in the UK to help trim the cost, I think you guys pay like $6 for the shipping. In order to do that, we send a package every 2 weeks to the UK. And what we do is we build all the orders for 2 weeks, and then we ship it to the UK, and then the artist gets the box, and then he ships all those orders. And then we wait 2 weeks, build all the UK orders, and then ship it up to the artist. Now, you won't have to wait 2 weeks, though, because I know we are closer to the end of that. So we will be shipping soon to the UK. So your order is likely about to ship soon. I would probably say maybe by the end of this week, it'll get shipped to the UK. And then the artist will then unship it, and it'll only take a couple days because he's in the UK. I think it usually takes like 2 days for you to get it. But I remembered your name right quick. And again, for anyone else who is in the UK or Germany or any of these other companies, other countries, where we can save you shipping if you don't care and you want the issue immediately, and you're willing to pay the shipping for international. If you do it, I'll ship it right away. You know, that's up to y'all. So you should have had two choices with your shipping. The cheap one and expensive one, I think, you know, because it's like fucking $22 or $25 or something. Do you have any crazy X stories you can tell us? I have fucking too many, bro. I got fucking too many. I was about to say, I got a couple zingers, but I got some really fucking, really dark ones, bro. I bet you wouldn't lose with either Meowcat Bissy or Melissa B. I'm jealous, in fact. I'm sure they are both fucking ride or die bitches. All right, look at that. Princess Pie coming in fly with the compliment. I honestly don't know why I still watch Fear from Brandon Neer. Just quit it, bro. Wow, Melissa, our Princess Pie coming in with all the compliments. Melissa B is stunning and domesticated, chat. Ronnie, is that your new P.O. box? Yeah, the new P.O. box is, fuck. It's in the thing. It's $397, I believe. P.O. Box 397. I believe in the old one was like 33711. The new one, I went for one that was outside of Raleigh, that because the problem with a P.O. Box in Raleigh, especially the old one, every time I go to it, there's a line out the door, and you have to go to it frequently. So I'm every freaking time I'm there, I'm in line for hours. So what I did is I found a P.O. Box outside in the country a bit. So, you know, it's still the same. Actually, it's an easier drive. The other one, I was still driving 25 minutes to get to the P.O. Box and then waiting. So this one's still like a 15-minute drive or so. But in the same strength, there's never a line because I grabbed the P.O. Box in the country, which is fucking sweet. Because I walk in, boom, 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 you know, in and out like a robbery. My daughter hates when I say that. She's like, I don't know what you mean in and out like a robbery. And I'm like, well, you don't want to take your time. You want to rob someone and get right out, you know? Anyway, Meme2 says, not perfection, just practice. Doing is not practice, anatomy, perspective, blah, 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 blah. Good luck with it. Well, I appreciate your help, but you have to understand where I'm coming from too is it's been months now and you spam that comment on everything. There's a point where it hits, and I hit you up. I think the first time you said it, I was like, yeah, I got you, bud, you know? And we're talking like it's months now. I see his comment all the time every time we post something on it. And it hits to a point where it's like, okay, and you know, the first few times it's like, hey, we got someone who's telling us, and no offense, but it's something obvious. But again, I don't have time for him to fucking take classes and do anatomy and shit. We're doing this now. And if there's any weak points, we'll work it out as we go along. In between issues, in free time, sure. But we're not putting the comic on hold to get that done. Especially when you look at the comics out there that are professional by Marvel and DC. Go look at a comic shop at some of that art. Holy fuck, it is terrible. So yeah, in the meantime, I do think some weak moments can slide by while we are building this, and that goes for both of us, because I definitely want to make sure my writing is on point, especially since the story I feel with the way I'm telling it is it's going to be a big factor on whether people want to stick in for the long haul because of the structure. The structure has a little bit each time. It's not like here's a little split part of the story, here's a little arc. This has stuff in it where you're going to see a connection 20 issues later, and then when you go back and read the comic, you're going to be like, holy fuck, you know what I mean? And I did that purposefully in a number of ways because I love that layered storytelling, because life isn't you solve one problem, go on to the next. Not all the time. It's always layered, so you got this problem, then it spills over, and you're dealing with this, and you get into this one. Same thing with history, same thing with everything else. And when you take that application, but also look at the fact that you're going to have readers who reread it, not only because they like it, but sometimes they'll reread the full collected volumes. This way, when they go back and reread it, reading it the second time or the third time, you're noticing things that you didn't see before because we're dropping more story bits as the issues unfold. So in issue 10, you're going to get a hint of something that was from issue 3. You know, so it's always coming back around. Anyhow, but from the gate, we appreciate it. But again, if we're seeing the comment over and over again, it starts, well, wait a minute. Is this person who's just being negative to be negative? Hey, you ever going to tell us a story about being locked in a closet, duct tape, people talking about getting rid of your body or some shit? That's fucking scarily accurate. How do you remember that? That was literally word for word. How do you remember that shit? And yeah, that's gonna be one of my stories. The story ones are tricky. Again, those were always tricky ones where, and maybe you guys can vote here. We're gonna be ending real soon, but maybe you guys can tell me down below in the comment section. And once the move is all settled, we'll get into those. Those will be on my Ronnie Hayes channel, though, because like I said, we're doing something different here. I always held off because I wanted to put some type of fun little video together. Or do you guys just want like story stuff? Because I have like 10 years of selling drugs, and I got a fuck ton of stories. There's so many times where something will happen, and I'll be like, oh, fuck, I totally forgot that shit happened. And then I'll think about it, and I'll go, what was I thinking? Who the fuck was I? You know what I'm saying? What was I doing? And then something else will happen, and I'll just be like, holy shit, I forgot about that too. Like, there's so many different off-the-wall crazy shit where, like, one time we went to an amusement park, and then I don't even remember the details if I sit back and think hard, but there was some dude who wanted to get high, and then the deal was he was gonna get high and take my two boys around back and rob them, you know, by saying, hey, we're gonna get you high. And my a good friend of mine, who's one of the two people, either peeped it ahead of time or just coincidentally thought, I'm gonna rob this dude, and just happened to knock him cold out like 5 feet before the moment where they were gonna get jumped, because he was taking them around this, like, imagine a gated, like a chain link fence, and then it turns and comes down. So down and around that turn, his boys were waiting to rob two of my friends, and like I said, either my boy peeped it, I forget, or he just decided he was gonna rob him of his weed because he had some really dank nuggets on him. So he turns around and he just cold cocks him. I think hit him once or twice, and he robs his shit and he bounces. And here he found out. How did he find out later? He found out later his boys were sitting on the side to rob them. How did he find out later? It was legit, for real. Not like, oh, maybe they were gonna rob him. Because I know his boys came around the corner almost instantly, and they were like, wait, what happened? Because they were waiting for them to come around, and then they were peeking over. And this is when, as they were walking away, they caught someone peeking over, and they were like, shit, someone saw us. And then they stopped and watched. Yeah, I forget the details. I'm gonna have to talk to my friend, but like a lot of like little dumb weird shit like that. Something will happen and it'll trigger a memory, and I'll be like, holy fuck, there's a lot of these moments. So like I got 10 years of story worth. So like it I know some of it begins where I'm just a regular pissant, just somebody who's interested in telling stories. I'm reading about writing, and one thing that always stuck with me was watch people and life experience, learn from people, and then when you're writing characters, when you're writing dialogue, you're pulling from a lot of that life experience. That always stuck with me from a real young age. So in certain situations, I would push the envelope to maybe go somewhere where I wouldn't normally go, or do something I wouldn't normally do, or push people, you know, to an extent. And I don't mean literally push them, but you get what I'm saying. Push them just to get a reaction, to see, you know, how people act under pressure or whatever it was. So I'd always be in this constant state of, you know, chasing life experience. And I remember one time I was just a regular day, and I wanted to get some weed, smoke some weed. And I just went down the block. My two boys didn't have none. So I'm like, all right, we're at like the house everyone falls asleep at. I'm like, I'm gonna go down to the block and grab some weed, because the front of the block was all Bloods, and then under the bridge, the second half of the block was all Crips, which is funny because it's a one-way street. So everyone's got to go down that one way, and a lot of the Bloods at that time would bust a left up the side of the bridge, so that way, because the second half of the one-way was all Crips, and it was like close together too. So I went down on the Blood half, grabbed my I went to grab my 20 bag of weed. And I remember my dude wasn't there, so I went to just a regular, dude on the block who lived there that I knew. I don't want to say no names or nothing. I mean, it's a long time ago now, but just saying. So, old head, black dude, go up, yo, where's your wife, so-and-so? Because she knew where to get trees, too. And he was like, oh, everyone's gone, blah, 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 blah. And I said, all right, well, I'm looking for something if you know anyone around. And I didn't think this guy knew anyone. He was like, oh, shit, you looking for whatever? And he said, come on in. And the reason he did that is because if you go through someone, and it's kind of like a common courtesy, if anyone looks out and gets you weed, no matter how big or small, you got to break them off. I know a lot of the hippie types, or at least, to generalize and put people in either hippie or thug category. A lot of the hippies, it'll be like smoke a pack a bowl with them. And then with either thugs or people on the block, you would roll a J or something, or leave them with a pinch of weed, and they build up their pinches, and then they roll a blunt later on, or whenever the fuck they wanted. So I go inside the crib, and he hollers at what I found out later on, which was his neighbor. But it was a guy straight from Jamaica. It was hard to make out sometimes what he was saying, but this dude comes in, and he had saw me on the block a few times, and we put in work too, so he knew I wasn't no push around or no idiot. And it's not like on a threatening level. He just didn't want to deal with no idiot. So he goes, oh, what you looking for? And I was like, just something to smoke, yada, yada, yada. And he was like, oh, I know you from a few nights back. We had a problem on the block, and we got in a fight, and we thought we killed this kid. So my other friend, who's in prison right now, he's going to be getting out soon. I'm going to have him on the channel when he gets out. He chucks this guy's body over his shoulder and just drops him in the woods. But then, like, 30 minutes later, he wakes up and comes out of the woods, and we were like, oh, fuck. And that just happened a few nights before. So this dude said, all right, I'm going to go get homeboy. And he walks in, and he came in first and talked to me. I don't know the details, but it was that where it's like, I just need a little bit to smoke, da-da-da. But he's feeling me out, like asking me questions where it's like, bro, if you got a 20, I'm not a cop, I'm on the block. I'm born and raised around here and know almost everyone on the block, yada, yada, yada. So he leaves again and comes back. And again, I don't remember a lot of this buildup because it's everyday bullshit that you never think about remembering. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those where it's an uneventful, boring-ass, regular-ass day. All I remember is I had this weird moment where he was kind of asking me questions and feeling me up, but not like police do, but like just trying to get to know you a little bit or get a vibe from you or to read you, see if you're cool. And then he comes back, hand behind his back, walks in the door, and he goes, you got a bag? And I'm like, no. Like, don't you got a little... Because all my weed I always put in a little pillow, a little it's what they sell for jewelry or coins and shit, a little baggie. And I'm like, no. And he was like, rip that. I don't know if this is all Jamaicans or what, but this dude was infamous. It might have been all Jamaicans, but just grabbing and ripping bags. Just, it doesn't matter if it's a grocery bag, it's a garbage bag. If it's fucking thin and plastic, he would just put whatever weed into that bitch, roll it up, here you go. And I'm OCD like a little freak, so I'm like, I want a real bag. So anyway, first time dealing with this dude, all I got on me is $20. All I want is a dub. And he's like, you got a bag here, rip. So I rip off a piece of bag, and he takes it from me, pulls out his hand. He's got a fistful of just like regular, like regular. It's not dirt weed. It's not shit weed. It's pretty good regular, but it's got seeds in it and shit. And he just puts it down, wraps it up, spins it a few times, and he's like, here you go. Now, this is the first time we have kicked it. We've been on the same block. We know the same people, but this is the first time we have whatever. And he got to know who I was in the neighborhood, and he heard a few stories. So then he was just like, bong, bring me back whatever you want. That's it. Imagine someone hands you a fistful of weed, and he's just like, bring me back whatever you want. Now, it was a good thing or at least I feel like it was a good thing that I knew what time of day it was. I knew this was no, oh shit, well, here's $20, bro. Pfft, peace, bitch. I knew if I played my cards right, because after a minute, I figured out who this dude was. This dude was the connect for a bunch of people that I knew. So this was like the connect, like the top guy in this neighborhood. Any higher than him was directly in New York. So when I left, I put 2 and 2 together. So I go home, I smoke with my boys, I go to the corner store, I get some baggies, and I get to work. I go out to every, crib I knew. I put out the words. I even grabbed like a little track phone or put minutes on my phone. I forget what it was. And I sold as much and as thinned out as I could without ripping people off. Nice little pillows, and I made sure I didn't tell my friends about it, because I knew they would want to smoke for free. They want to run a tab that they would never pay. So, and that's what you do. Friends on the block just smoke each other out. So I didn't tell them shit. I think I even sold them a dime. I was like, later on that night, they were like, yo, no one is around with any weed. Oh, I know somebody. I'd walk around the block and then wait a few minutes and then come back and just sell my shit. Because I knew I needed to get this off because I had a plan. So I go back to the spot the next day. And I think I handed them like $120 or $150 or something, which I knew was too high. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to break them off with, I know this is, in my opinion, this is too high. On the street, though, it wouldn't be because people would get burned. Because there was a lot of times where shit would flood the streets and you'd be getting shit cheap. And then there's times where it would dry up. And it's rough. I mean, it's rough. I mean, tough. It's like 140 or 160 an ounce or some shit, which is terrible. I mean, god awful, because we were usually buying ounces for $60. And this is regular. We're not talking shit that'll put you in a coma or the government shit that they be making. So I let them know. I was like, I gave you a little extra for looking out. You know what I'm saying? And then from that point on, dude was like, here's a brick. Which fucked me up because I always thought they were 1 pound bricks. And this is the first time I dealt with, what is it? Is it the metric system? I don't fucking know. First time I dealt with that because he handed me a brick and I'm thinking, oh, all right, it's a brick. It's probably a pound, or maybe 2 pounds, something nice like that. And I go and it was like 3.3 pounds. It was something fucking so stupid. Something so annoyingly stupid, and the way they did it too was terrible. It wasn't just like one block because they pressure it in. They layer it in like 3 little sleeves. That might have been the 10-pound brick actually. They have them in like 3.3, 3.3, 3.3, something like that. Anyhow, that was one of the first times where I ran into a connect that was, you walk out the door, just getting a little bit of grass to smoke, regular boring day. Smoke some weed, get a hoagie, maybe, venture around the neighborhood. Next thing you know, boom. Whoops, sorry about that, Mike. Next thing you know, you get hooked up with a connect that's just got pounds to be able to. But he dead now, though, so even if the cops were listening, they were like, bro, let's make a move. Now, he's been dead for like 7 years now, so that shit don't even matter. No, Riley, I'm not done with The Walking Dead. We are done with the live streams, though. We will have a live stream for the premieres and the finales, but we'll have regular reviews for the rest of it. But that's the thing with the stories. Are you guys cool with just stories, or should we spice up the video with some visuals or some shit? I know for some things, I do have old pics. I mean, it's not gonna be like a picture in the middle of like a fucking drug deal or something. But I do have some old pics of, that time frame. So, I don't know, maybe I can hunt some pics down, add some pics, maybe add some images of the neighborhood so people can get an idea. Because I used to laugh and make fun of it because I would come down to North Carolina to visit family. And then I would drive back home, to where I lived in Wilkes-Barre. And we made fun of it like it was a third world country, you know what I mean? Because we'd be down North Carolina where everything they're building is new. Because it's like when we first moved down for a job, we had this whole street and nothing was on it. And then eventually it started growing businesses and what was that? shopping centers out of nowhere. So now this country strip is filled with, buildings and stores and houses, and there's so many new things popping up. So every time you go to the stores or the whatever, a lot of areas are all within 5 to 10 years. They're all new buildings, and I mean new compared to buildings that are like 50 years old. So when we get back to Wilkes-Barre, we would drive down the street and you have kids, like little kids in their underwear, chocolate faces, straggly clothes, maybe just like a t-shirt and dirty diaper, running up and down the fucking street or the one way. Yeah, you get a lot of parents that just, who cares with your kids? They're outside running. Maybe they'll peek out the window and yell. You got to be careful going down certain streets so you don't run a kid over or some shit. You got like a little gang of hoodlums, little kids on bikes, rolling, whipping in and out. And you've got dirt, plastic grocery bag blowing from the sidewalk to the street to off the street. Potholes like crazy. Just layers of cigarette butts and a couple syringes or needles off to the side. Like, so you pull down the street and you just left something that was new, pretty much. And then you come here and it is like, I've been to a third world country, so it's not the same, but at the same time, you make fun of it like it is one. Anyhow, well, I shouldn't have said that. I wasn't really, but I did go to the slums of Mexico. I mean slums. Ear infections suck. Melissa B with a $2 dono. How excited are you for it too? I'm very excited for that. I am real excited. Again, I hope I enjoy it better than the first one, but we'll see. Jason Lawrence with a $2 dono. Good to have you back, Ronnie. I thank you very much. I appreciate the donos, helping to keep the channel going. Let me make sure I didn't miss any. Ronnie is a stoner? Question mark. I'm not really a stoner. I mean, I don't smoke weed anymore. But I have nothing against weed, and I support cannabis like a motherfucker. Like, if someone wants to smoke weed, go for it. I don't have any problems with that whatsoever. I've been around a lot of drugs, and I'll tell you right now, weed is, if anyone even thinks or tells you weed does anything, hazardous, you just don't know what you're talking about, I'm sure there's certain situations where someone could point to that rare example, and it's like, well, this happened or this happened, but 99.9% of the time, weed itself, I don't want to hear someone, shot and killed someone because they robbed them for weed. People shoot and kill each other, or I should say all the time. It used to be all the time. I don't know about now, but it feels like it died down a bit. But when I was growing up, if you looked at somebody and made eye contact for longer than 2 seconds, you were fighting. And that was all the time. All the time. I don't remember that. I don't see that anymore now. But I remember all the fucking time. Oh shit, look at this. We got a new member. Welcome, Princess Pie. Thank you very much. And I don't know what you were saying before, but you are beautiful. Don't let anyone tell you any different. Thank you very much for the membership, Princess Pie. You just joined the map mob. Hell fucking yeah. What's up with the title, Ronnie? You stopped watching The Walking Dead? No, I did not stop. Did you stop? It's kind of like a let's catch up. Are we done with it? And are you guys done with it? Because I'm seeing that a lot. Wait, you bought a pound of reggae once and it looked like the Allspark from Transformers? I wish I knew what the Allspark looked like. Yo, this lighting looks nice. Almost like natural light. Yeah, it's a mock of natural light. Fuck yeah. It's got like 6,500 luminance or whatever they're called. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I got a few pics I can put up of smaller things, like when I sold a pound of weed or some shit like that. I had a bunch of 20s on me, so You know, I threw them on the ground, or with my shotgun. I used to like showing off my shotgun. I was smoking a joint with my shotgun. There's one where I'm just standing there. I forget what we were even doing. And if you look, I have a 9mm tucked to my waist, but it's not one of those like, the picture isn't meant for anything. It's just kind of like, I think they had a camera and they wanted to get rid of the last couple rolls, and I was already just standing there smoking a cigarette. So they were like, you know, and I even took one of my boy who was goofing off or something. So you ever check the Game of Thrones comics? No, I'm probably not gonna. I'll be honest. I'm not really interested in Game of Thrones. The final season kind of put me in a bad mood with that. Yeah, I really did handwrite a message to the cops that put in a safe. I didn't handwrite the message. What I did was I wrote a message on a piece of paper, and I held it up and had Juliet's mother actually, she took the picture. So then it looked like I was just goofing off because I didn't know how far it would go. It looked like I was just goofing off in a random picture, and the cops were, you know, overthinking it. But it was fuck the police. I had them take the picture because I knew they were going to search that safe, because at that time I figured out who my snitch was. And at first I didn't want to believe it because I fell back a lot. I was not pushing nothing, you know. So long story short, at first I didn't want to believe it, but I found out the snitch was going around town hyping everyone up as Scarface. And she was a crack dealer, so she was looking at 15 to 30 years, you know what I mean, upstate. So she was telling the cops everyone was a fucking Scarface up and coming. And at the same time, she was still selling heroin, so figure that out. She ended up playing the cops because she's giving out testers. She's working for the cops, walking into buildings. Cops are watching, you know, they got her staked out, mic'd up. They claimed it was mic'd up, but fucking show me the proof. I doubt it. She walks in, she's handing out testers, and that's what I mean. When they said they had a mic, because we were going to go to court when I got arrested. I got raided. We were going to go to court, and my public pretender, he said, they'll just give you a year in state. Just take it and be done with it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you're full of shit. I'm not going to take it because there's a mandatory minimum. As soon as I take the year, when they sentence me, they're going to pull the mandatory minimum and tell the judge, you have to, because again, it's a mandatory minimum. Even if the judge doesn't want to, he's forced to sentence you to 4 to 8 years upstate. So I think at the time, it was something stupid. So I think at the time it was more than that. I think it was like 8 to 16 because it was 2 felony charges. Both of them carried the mandatory minimum. And we're talking like a little bit of grass. So the public pretender was just being the normal douchebag dick of a dick face that they are. They just want to get this over with and boom, boom, boom. So I told him, I said, no, I'd rather go to trial or get a new lawyer or do anything other than do what you're saying. And he said, well, they claim they got video, audio evidence and all this. And I said, they're full of shit. They're full of shit because I know a few things. One thing I do know is my CI was selling weed or selling heroin and handing out testers. Testers, for anyone who doesn't know, is a little bag of heroin. You throw it to a junkie, especially if you got some really powerful heroin. You throw it to a junkie and they get fucking ripped. And then they call you, you know what I'm saying? Or if they don't have another connect, they call you. And it's a little tester bag, so they think it's a, you know, kind of a goodwill thing. For some neighborhoods, it's just the standard. If you go up to a junkie and you're like, yo, I got work, they're going to say, so fuck you. I know everyone in this neighborhood got work. Who the fuck are you? Again, it's how that world works. And then the person who's hustling, new in the area, new in the block, or new to the hustle, is going to be like, well, here's a tester, here's what I got. And it's like a rite of passage. Okay, you want to sell? Give me the first one for free. Anyway, so I know this bitch is giving out testers, so she can't be mic'd up. There's no fucking way. There's no way there's audio evidence on me at all. And I cleaned the money. I mean, it's not really washing the money, but when I made the lick, I got rid of the 20, and I washed it at a local Turkey Hill. And they said they had buy money, and there's no way they had the buy money unless they fucking rigged it. And anyone who knows where I got arrested at, it's corrupt as fuck. So yeah, they got me. I had weed anyway. Fuck it. But the way they got me was breaking every law they could, which it's standard for the county I'm from. You know what I mean? Cops breaking laws all the fucking time. They're probably breaking more laws than the criminals. They'll do some fucked up shit. You know. I was gonna say something too about. Oh fuck. There was something else. I got off track. But yeah, so I know there was no audio whatsoever with that shit. I'm not watching Better Call Saul or Preacher, to be honest. I'm really excited for Joker. Yeah, Simo, just don't snitch when you're telling the stories, bro. Remember the code. Well, first, here's fuck the code. And second off, the people in my life who I've dealt with, they're brothers to me. So with all due respect, I don't need that reminder to respect the code. And as far as snitching on anyone who's not a brother of mine, fuck the code. The code's only there to play people. The code's only there to let thugs get lazy. And I'll be honest. And that's one thing I didn't tolerate. I had 27 people hustling under me after getting hooked up with that dude. In some way, shape, or form. I think I had like at one time in my biggest like 7 or 9 like actual like under bosses, I guess is what you would call them. They're the ones who keep their people in line. So the whole snitching, don't talk shit, it's only for lazy thugs, you know? A lot of thugs want to be gangsters. A lot of it gets fucked up and twisted. But where I stand when it comes to snitching, if I don't know you, fucking have at it. You don't owe me shit. Snitch on me, rat me out. Who fucking cares? You don't owe me nothing. Where I draw the line is when you know them, when you're dealing with them, when you're friends with them, when you're associates. In that case, there's a fucking rule there. But if you walk outside and see some idiot in your neighborhood you don't know, you know, if it comes down to it and there's a reason, I mean, I don't run the cops and say, yo, this dude's selling drugs. That's just not me. But if you come outside and you see someone like staring down a little kid in a weird way and it's like, nah, homeboy, that shit's gonna stop. You know what I mean? I think that's the only time where I would walk up to a cop if it was something involving a kid. Other than that, leave my family out of it and you could do whatever you want in the neighborhood. I don't give a fuck. But the whole snitches get stitches shit, that rule essentially just keeps thugs lazy. I'll be honest. Yeah, have you ever seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? No, but I really want to. Lots of people say season 9 of The Walking Dead was their favorite, or at least in their top 3 favorite seasons. Do you feel the same? Yeah, I do feel the same. And do you think season 10 will or can outdo season 9? I think season 10 has the potential. Sure. Ronnie, give me your top 5 or 10 favorite rappers. I'm curious. I'm just gonna give you one. Tupac. Done. Yeah, you know, I had a lot that I enjoyed. I enjoyed DMX, Styles P, Eminem, obviously, but Tupac is the only one I can say 100% is up there that I knew about him as a rapper and as a person, and he cool with me. Even though he was fucked up a bit, he's still cool with me. I mean, real cool with me. Me and Pac, we go way back. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to other people, I mean, Eminem, he get a little flaky sometimes. It's hard to even imagine or believe he the same fucking dude that was coming up back in the day, fucking with people just to fuck with them, you know? He turned, I don't know, he's getting a little, I don't know. He's getting old, fuck it. So, I'm only going to say him, but it's rough, though, because, you know, DMX was fucking my man, you know? And then he just got on some weird shit, smoking crack, talking about Gotti. He pulled someone over saying he was the FBI. Like, holy fuck, I wish I was there. I swear to fucking God, I wish I was there. I wish I was the one DMX ran up on and was like, get out the car, you know what I mean? You know? I'm the FBI. It's like, no, you not. You DMX. And you crack the fuck out. What you mean you're the FBI? Yo, imagine DMX. Know what I mean? That's old though. I think that's a few years old. He ran up to somebody, tried saying he was the FBI. Oh fuck. Either cracked out or needing to get cracked. I don't know which, but like I said, fuck it. Everyone goes through hard times. I don't hold it against them, but shit. I'd still rock with him to this day. There's something real about X though, you know. Yeah, that's another thing. I don't talk about names. If I do mention any names, you can best believe it's not an actual person's name. You know, there hasn't been anything I said that could be linked to anybody. Plus, not only that, homeboy, the Jamaican, he's dead. He's been dead for 7 years. What are they gonna do? Dig him up and charge him? I mean, he's dead and gone. You know, cops don't give a shit about that. They honestly don't care about something you did 10 years ago that they can't charge you with now, you know? Well, Simo, I think you're not hearing me right. When I'm not talking about pedos and drug dealers are in the same ballpark as far as I'm giving you an example of, I don't ever run to the cops and say, this person's selling drugs, this person's playing loud music. Like, there's nothing I'm going to run to the cops for. Unless it's something like you have to cover your ass when it comes to businesses or whatever. If that's the case, then fuck you for making me, you know? But, like, the only time I'd ever go to the cops and be like, okay, I need to report something, is if I catch wind, like, homeboy, you know, he fancies kids. Like, that's the example I'm saying. I don't know where you got the drug dealers and pedos are hanging out together in the same ballpark. I don't know what you mean. Plus people snitch on every and anything too. So yeah, I think that communication just got twisted up. Angela Kang, Save the Walking Dead. Actually, I still have chinchillas. I've had them for like 14 years now. No shit. Yeah, I do have to shut this down soon though. I gotta get some sleep. Mohan Singhal, that's a name I haven't seen in a little while. With a $5 dono, Ronnie is finally back and I am here for it. Ooh, you just made the ending. But we got 3 hours of shit you can watch. And you can leave me some ideas. Anyone watching the ending here can leave ideas of stuff coming up. Because like I said, I got 10 years of selling weed. I got 10 years of stories. It wasn't just weed, but you get what I'm saying. 10 years of hustling. I got plenty of stories. They're not doing anyone any good. The majority of people I know are, like, I got a handful of people that are like my brothers. You know what I'm saying? They're always going to be in and around my life. They're still alive. Everyone else is pretty much doing 30 plus years in prison or they're dead. So, like I said, and I legit, that's real. You know, everyone I was dealing with, you know, everyone in the neighborhood smokes weed. Everyone in the neighborhood buys pills. You know what I'm saying? Cops don't give a fuck about that because they'd have to arrest everybody. But I'm saying anyone I ever did dirt with, they're either dead or in prison forever. So it doesn't fucking matter. You know, I could fucking out them all if I wanted. If I even remembered. The majority of the shit I don't even remember. Like, I remember the one dude, I don't know if he's in Jersey, New York, but there was a time where it was real hot, and I forget why it was hot. Someone was beefing with someone. It might have been a gang thing because he was affiliated with Bloods. And like I said, there was a couple areas where there was heavy influence of Crips and then Bloods. So he might have been, he was definitely Blood, and that's what it was. A couple people shooting at each other here and there. Stopping at the pizza joint, have a little shootout, and then everyone runs away, and it's just whatever. So no one is supposed to walk alone. So homeboy's got to make a lick, I don't know, a few blocks away, but it's a good walk, and there's no one with a car. And I'm probably one of the only people out there. Maybe there was a handful of people, but they're smoking PCP, so they're not too reliable. So homeboy is like, hey, come for a walk with me. Asked if I had a burner or whatever. I was strapped. So I'm like, yeah, I'm good. So I'm just walking down to give him a protection. Now, I'm not a Blood, obviously. You can only be black to get blooded in. But, well, there's some weird shit with that. But that's how we understood it. So anyway, we were all cool with the Bloods on the Block because we knew a handful of them personally. We got in real close. One of my absolute best friends to this day. I don't know where he is. I mean, I would love to know because we was close, you know. Anyway, so we go walking down, and he makes this lick. He's selling heroin, so he makes this lick, and we start walking back up. By the time we get back to the crib, this phone blows up, and he's like, "Wait, you want us to come back down again?" So all right, fine, fuck it. So we go all the way back down to drop off another bag, and I'm just chilling, keeping him company. Back up maybe if something pops off. If you see someone walking alone, you know, people might get at him. But if he's walking with somebody, you never know. It might not be worth the risk, so it's good to have backup. So I remember walking up the stairs, and I won't say the name of this place yet because people will know it, but it's a real shithole in Wilkes-Barre. And it's dilapidated like a motherfucker. It's one of those shitholes. So we go up maybe second, third floor. And the way it was set up is straight ahead of us, there was a few junkies standing around, like maybe 4 or 5 of them. And something wasn't right. They were suspect. Like the way they were just standing kind of here in this lobby. Like, okay, come on, let's get the shit. And like, I know junkies are junkies, but there was something off. Something was in the air. I can feel it. And my homeboy was just like, yeah, whatever. Okay, here's the bag. Why'd you wait till I got all the way to fuck back up the block to call me to come down, bring it up? Next time, get 2 fucking bags, blah, blah. So he's cursing them out. And I feel it. Something in the air ain't right. I know it. And, I'm thinking, these junkies ain't setting no trap. I mean, look at them. They're fucking shook. Something ain't right, but something's going on. So the way it was is we walk up the steps, and maybe it was this area here, and then to the left was this room. And I forget why even, because normally I don't snoop around in people's, in someone's crib like that. But something took me into that back room. I'm like, I'm going in here because I didn't feel right with what was going on. And as soon as I walked in, there was like a indentation in the wall to the right, and it was just this tub. I don't even remember like a curtain, but it was like an indentation in this tub. And in the tub was this dead bitch, just blue as fuck, And it was the chick who bought the first bag of dope. And I'm looking down and I'm like, what the fuck? And I look out into the hallway and they peep me and they're all like, oh shit, oh shit. And then I check for her pulse. And if the pulse is there, I can't feel it. If it's there, it's fucking faint. And her lips are blue, one eye's like half open. She's in ice cold water because I went to feel her wrists, and then I felt the water because the water was freezing. And then I'm looking back, and I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? And here, they bought a bag off a homeboy, or she buys the first bag. It kills her, so her friends call the dope man and wait for the dope man before they call the ambulance. Fucking friends, junkie friends. That's God, don't ever, if you got a friend that's a junkie, just watch yourself. And they might not mean it, because anyone anywhere near drugs knows when someone who's doing dope or whatever, when they get a bag that takes someone down, they think, yo, that's got to be some good shit. I can handle that because I maybe she did too much and blah, 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 blah. My tolerance is high, blah, 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 blah. So long story short, as we walked out, the EMS or paramedics or whatever was just getting there. But I remember that shit was one of my first, because we've seen a number of junkies. But that was one of my first moments where I was like, because you see things and blah, blah, you hear stories and, you're around in certain neighborhoods. And so you see a lot of different colorful things. But the moment where certain things line up and it hits you, like these fucking dudes, this chick is ODing. So they chuck her in some cold water and they call the dope man. And they're like, yo, give us what you sold her. That was a moment where I was like, bro, I will never do heroin in my life. I swear to God. I've never done heroin ever. I've done fucking, you name it, I've done it. I've never touched heroin. I mean, I've I feel like there's a hair on my face. I've chewed like 10 perk 10s all at once, fucking rocking, you know? But I will not touch heroin. I won't go near it. You know? That shit, there ain't no coming back from that. You know, call me lame, call me a square. I don't give a fuck. I ain't going nowhere near heroin. You know what I'm saying? I seen way too much shit with that. Fuck out of here. Anyway. Long hair again? I don't know, man. I just felt like I had a little piece of hair. I could see it too, and I'm trying to get it, and it's hiding. It's playing hide and seek. I'd go like this, the hair will be gone, and then next thing I know, it's like creeping back over here. But I think it fell down now, because it's gone. Anyway, last questions. Will I watch Creepshow? For sure. Am I watching Terror on AMC? I'll probably check it out. Yep, that's what I mean. The snitching rules, it's pretty grimy. Well, all I care about is being real with your friends. Because here's the thing, and this is what I think is a lot of silly and stupid. And I've had arguments, like I'm talking in front of someone I know killed people, and I'm arguing with them about the rules of snitches and gangsters because I'm part Sicilian. So, you know, some of it gets to be like a joke. In certain neighborhoods, they would be like, oh, you're Sicilian. They might see your temper, and they would just be like, assume that, you know, I give this boy some props because, you know, he might see you snap out and you beat someone's ass or while out. And then you'd have people who are actual killers or drug dealers, or they're hard as fuck. And they'd be like, so you part Sicilian, part Italian. You have it in you to snap out or do some gangster shit. So I'd be getting in arguments because some of the shit is dumb as fuck. Like people would, I don't know, hype up John Dillinger like so much. And he got caught in prison sucking dick. You know what I mean? Tell a rapper that who's named Dillinger, and he'll argue with you from now until the end of time. I think Dillinger was sucking dick. I think Bonnie and Clyde got raped in prison. You know what I'm saying? Which that ain't nothing where it's like, haha, you got raped in prison. But in the same time, you talk to people who name themselves like in the thug community, rappers and shit like that. They don't want to hear this. But when it comes to Al Capone was fucking Al Capone, right? He snitched. He snitched like a motherfucker. He sold Dan O'Banion. I forget. I read that book a long time ago, but he sold one of his enemies, or maybe, no, was it Torrio? He sold one of his enemies. He made a treaty. He sold his enemy what's it called? A distillery. And this is during the Prohibition. And the moment they signed the papers, the cops came in, raided the place. And Capone is like, man, listen, I don't know what to tell you. Capone's a snitch. Capone's a snitch. Fucking, I just said his name. Dillinger used to suck dick. You know, Clyde got raped in prison. Like, there's a lot of fucked up shit. But people, so I don't know. People use these names and they add this fucking air of something or other to it. And then they talk about snitching. Like, my rule with snitching is, you don't talk about your friends, you know, your family, your associates. Other than that, it ain't snitching because you don't fucking know them. You know, it doesn't fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow. What made me start wanting to collect figures? I'm pretty sure it was the zombie head. My girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend at the time, bought me a zombie head with the Walking Dead, the RV zombie. And, I opened it up and I was like, oh, this is fucking cool. I put it on the DVD rack or whatever. And from that moment on, I was like, this is better than posters. That was my thought. I would rather have shit that looks like, characters from movies, iconic, characters, monsters. Monsters was my favorite. Anything monsters or zombies. So maybe I would buy a Batman bobblehead here and there. And I didn't know any better. I'm brand new to this. I'd buy a Walking Dead figure. I was like, oh shit, they have a Walking Dead figure. I buy that and put it on the shelf. And I was going for visuals to spruce up a room. And I'll be honest, at first I just thought, okay, well, you buy a figure, and okay, you're a toy collector. And then you get into buying some things, and after a while, for some people, they're going to still collect toys or figures or statues. It depends on what. And I say toys, they're all essentially toys, but I mean toys by specifically toys, not collectible toys, but toys. And I'm not trying to make any different distinction other than the fact that some people actually collect toy lines. And that's, when I didn't know about, or I didn't really come into my own as a collector, I would just buy I like The Walking Dead. I'd just buy everything The Walking Dead. So once I started to come into my own, I realized what I'm after. It has to be a visual. It has to be a visual, and I have to be able to hang it up, put it up. I'm not a toy collector. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to collect it to resell it. I don't want to collect it to, and it's not to knock that. I'm sure there's people who get a real kick out of buying something cheap, and, I bought a statue for $150. 6 months later, I found out it's worth like $700. I was like, holy shit. That feels good. I could probably sell that right now for $400 easy. And I bought it for $150. So I can imagine people riding that high. But when it comes to me personally, from now moving forward, the majority of the shit I get is most likely shit that I'm going to display. Because if I can't look at it, I don't get nothing from it. Like, I just don't care. You can mention my name, Ronnie. Oh, okay. That was about the names. Yeah, I do gotta. I want to try to read the last few comments here and then shut this down because this is late, yo. Yeah, that was pretty creepy. At first, I thought something suspect was going on. I didn't think it would be dead chick in the tub. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to look into it. I'm pretty sure I must have double checked to see if the chick died afterwards in the paper. I'm gonna have to look into that. No coming back, so heroin is that good? I don't know. I've never done heroin, but I'll tell you this right now. I know a lot of people who are into heroin and pills, and there's if I do heroin, I'm fucked. I'll tell you that right now. My appendix burst, and look it up. It's not good. It's not good at all. But my appendix burst as I was going into the hospital, or the operating room. So when I got out of surgery, it was fucked up. It was bad. Like, there was complications. I think the doctor came out and told my grandmother I almost died. In like 40 more minutes and I would have been dead. Like, it was fucked up. So I remember moving over to the bed I'd be at for a week. I couldn't even get out of bed. I was like in and out of it for a week, and then I had to do a little bit of physical therapy just to get up and walk again. Again, it's small. It's not like this whole big, Anyway, they came in and shot me up with Dilaudid after that. I'm in pain, bad pain. And a friend of mine who was a nurse, a real good friend of mine, she had came in and she looked at my chart and nothing was marked for hours. I'm supposed to get a shot of Dilaudid every hour. So she looks at my chart and it's been like 9 hours, and she knows me. Like, I don't know what it is, but with pain, I'm real good. I get a tattoo, I don't flinch. My appendix burst because my side hurt for a few days, and I was like, it'll just get better on its own. It's a cramp. I don't fucking know, but I could barely walk. The pain was severe, but for some reason, pain just doesn't make the right connection with me. So I can deal with pain real good. She comes in and I'm in pain. I can't move. I go to laugh or anything vibrates. I'm burning. It hurts. The worst pain I've ever been in my life, And since she's a nurse, she knows all about the things. She goes over, checks the chart. I haven't been checked on in 9 hours. Haven't once had my Dilaudid. I think it was the nurses. If they do that, they use that dose for themselves. However they can work it. It is that type of area, so I wouldn't put it past them. Anyhow, they came in and gave me my first hit of Dilaudid ever. And holy fuck, all I remember, and I remember this vividly because I looked forward to my hit of Dilaudid every time they came in. I'm just chilling. They come in. Well, the first time I'm in bed, right? They come in, they shoot it in the IV, and then you get this little burning sensation, and then you get this cramp, this weird, different kind of contraction. Your stomach is contorting, cramp. And I remember thinking, like, that ain't good. And then that fades, and you're high as fuck, you know? I mean, high as shit. I remember just being like, whoa. So, apparently, heroin, Dilaudid, painkillers, they're like kind of cousins to one another as far as feeling. Differences, sure, but it is a big similar ballpark. Again, I've never done heroin, not gonna do heroin. Just from what I've been told, real similar. They all have similar withdrawals. Some might be different, more severe, but they do have similar withdrawals. But I know I'm never going near heroin because I won't come back. I'll be gone for good. Didn't check out cheerleader camp. I didn't have a chance to check out cheerleader camp, to be honest. I didn't have a chance at all. I'm sure I wrote it down in my notebook, but I'll write it down just to double check. Is that on Netflix or Amazon? Oh, I gotta go. It's 2 a.m. Always keep your mouth shut. Never rat on your friends. I put that in a music beat that we edited together. Yeah, Mikey Mike says a snitch is a snitch, rather you know the person or not. In your world, yeah. In my world, well, in every neighborhood I've ever been to, that is the rules, but I'm telling you my personal belief. If someone rats on me and they don't know me, I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to hunt, I'm not going to hurt them. You know why? Cuz they don't owe me nothing. They don't owe me shit. If I'm going to settle a beef and I'm going to square up with someone, I'm not going to get caught. I'm not going to be seen. If I get seen by some fucking nobody out in the middle of nowhere, that was my fucking fault. So I'm going to take that one, you know? Now, give it. If I was doing some real dirt and it was my life or theirs, fuck it. You got to go. I'm sorry. I want to live. But at the end of the day, a snitch outside of the friends, family, or associates, it just keeps criminals lazy, you know? I can do whatever I want, because if someone sees me, I just scare them. Get the fuck out of here. What's up? Just come back from Sunday work. What's going down? Not much. We're finishing our long-ass welcome back stream. I guess this is the real one. The waterfront. I haven't seen that in years. Which quote? Oh, never rat on your friends and always keep your mouth shut. It doesn't matter. Thank you very much for the support, yo. You got the Capone thing wrong. Dean O'Banion sold the distillery to Capone's boss, John Torrio, and O'Banion snitched him out, and then Capone had Dean O'Banion killed for payback. I'm gonna look into that. There's an example, and I'm pretty sure you're right. Wait, let me think on that. Shit, that might be right. I know they had that in. I gotta look it up now. They had that in Boardwalk Empire, but there is a specific Capone moment. I believe it was in the Public Enemies book, and I might have mixed the moments up, but there is a Capone did some grimy shit that's not very gangster-like. I might have to hunt down. Jeez. When did Al Capone become a gangster? That's not going to help me. Fuck, that's not going to work either. I'm going to look up the other one. Let me just verify that one real quick, and I'll look up the other one later. It's just not going to say it. Oh, here we go. The last straw for Torrio was O'Banion's treachery in the brewery, blah, blah, blah. Both Banion and Torrio had large stakes. Banion learned that it was O'Banion who learned that the police were planning on raiding the brewery on a particular night before the raid. O'Banion approached Torrio and told him he wanted to sell, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mixed that up from, whatchamacallit. Fuck, I just watched a goddamn thing. Boardwalk Empire. Recently, I was rewatching Boardwalk Empire. I must have mixed that up. I'll look at Public Enemies. If you get anyone is interested, that Public Enemies book is good. But the one about you might have been mixing up Al Capone with Whitey Bulger. Whitey Bulger was a rat too. I know that. I'm gonna look at Public Enemies. I know there was one thing Capone did, and I was like, that's some hypocritical shit. But I definitely mixed up the O'Banion one because I had just seen that in Boardwalk Empire. And what screwed me up is I was thinking, oh, they fucked that up. Ain't it the other way around? And then I got all twisted. It's 9 a.m. over there. Do I incorporate hustling stories into your writing? Oh, you incorporate everything. But I don't put it in there if it don't belong. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Xanax and alcohol, that's not a good mix. Oh, Cheerleader Camp is free on YouTube. Yeah, Whitey Bulger was a notorious rat. A lot of them were. They were just in it for themselves. They're rarely true gangsters. There's a few true, like, you know, real about it gangsters that were coming up. Fuck yeah. All right, but I'm going to get going. I will see you guys. When am I going to see you guys next? You know what? I'm going to see you guys this week. I will do maybe a mini video. Maybe this week sometime we'll do another stream. And because I got to finish the bathroom, I'm going to set up the upload schedule for the Ronnie Hayes channel. And then I'm going to give you guys an idea of when we'll do our first official polished video and what that will be for the map channel. And we'll take it from there, I think. But thank you very much for coming out. DAngle9 with a $2 dono says, do I hate Trev's Chan too? Officially, no, I do not. I don't know why I would hate Trev's Chan too. Listen, you got to do something for me to hate you, you know? You got to do something. So, but yeah, thank you very much for coming out. Well, I'll see you guys in the next upload. You know, I'll see some of you in my dreams. You know who you are. Good night. Cheerleader camp, huh? Let's check this shit out. There better be a lot of tits. Actually, that's not even true. I honestly don't give a shit about nudity in movies. If I can't play with them, I don't give a fuck to see them, you know? Fuck it.